Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jeneth Plackert.
And I'm Leonka Reyna,
This is the How Hustle Mystic Morning Show.
your community go-to for woo.
Today, we're starting the day with Allison
Carmony.
Yep.
Carmony.
And
Thank
she
you.
is a psychic, medium, spiritual teacher, and founder of the Soulful Evolution. For more than 25 years, she's helped people strengthen their intuition and heal deeply and reconnect with their purpose. She's also has an online community of over 500,000 spiritual seekers. We're really excited to have her. She is obviously a true trailblazer in this woo movement as well.
Yep.
So, but first,
But before we
yeah,
get started, just a couple announcements. If you are watching on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Also, we have a VIP pass and everything, all these special offers that the speakers give you is on our dashboard. You can find that at houthustle.com/live, houthustle.com/live. You can also get the VIP pass there, which includes all our past summits and all our future summits. And so it's like a one-time only $97 thing. So if you would like to get a VIP pass, you can go and find that also on that live page.
we're also doing a drawing. We're
Yay!
trying to incentivize you to participate on Instagram, TikTok, or on YouTube. So if you make a comment and you do that today, because we are going to make our drawing for a session with either Jennifer or ourselves. So we're giving away two sessions. So we're drawing two names today, but we need you to go in and make a comment either on How Hustle Live on Instagram. There's also How Hustle Live on TikTok or on YouTube on our channel, How Hustle. Take a screenshot of that comment and send it to team@houthustle.com to ensure that you're entered in to win. Yay!
We'll do the drawing probably this afternoon, so get your bids in soon.
Yes. And you don't have to be present to win. So there you go.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll email you
there
for
you go.
sure. Alrighty. There are some other goodies that are on the dashboard, and we'll talk about that after the show. Let's go ahead and bring up Allison. Allison, welcome.
You're on mute. There you go. Hi.
Hello.
I've heard that you're quite the something when it comes to to psychic mediumship. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you got started in this work?
Well, it was by accident.
Oh, I
So,
love
As it
those.
always.
Yes. These are our favorite stories
so
too.
I at 19 I was diagnosed with a condition where they told me, "Oh, well, you have to take steroids and anti-inflammatories for your whole life." Well, that started me on the path of healing, got me into metaphysics, spirituality, the connection between the physical and the mental and emotional, and pretty much like a 35-year journey into getting deeper with that. And in 2020, as like life sucked for everybody, I'm not able to travel, do all the million things that I was doing. I was on a call because at that time I was doing coaching, personal and business. And the person that I was talking to, I was like, oh my God, there's someone here. Like I literally saw
Oh,
someone.
interesting.
And I had never had this experience before. I'm like, there is someone here. It's all kind of like, when you go to Walt Disney World, where they jump into your cart or the ghost movie. It's like, that's what the
I know
vision of
what
it.
you're
I'm like,
saying, right? The little hologram that's there.
yeah, the
Yeah, yeah.
hologram. And so I said, she's wearing a purple dress. She's got a hat on. She has pearl earrings. She's like, that's my Aunt Pearl. I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, wait, there's somebody else that just arrived. And they're arguing about money. She's like, that's my mom and Aunt Pearl. That's all they did was argue about
Oh,
money.
how funny.
And then
Wow.
I was freaking out because I was like, what is going on? I didn't have anybody to talk to about. I didn't have any history of this ever happening before. And so my friend was like, oh, well, you got to go up to this place in Lilydale, New York, because it's where fourth and fifth generation psychics live and they have a classes there. And I'm like, okay, I got to get up there. So I went up there. They had an introductory weekend. And as soon as I arrived there, I felt like this was like home because the
Yes.
energy there just felt so familiar. So I feel like this was something suppressed with, and my sister was like, that awakening happened. And then, so I would spend 2 years there studying with the teachers there to understand. And at that point, I was like, oh, well, I'm just going to learn. I just want to learn. I want to see what's like, I was not expecting to be doing it with people. And then, so after school's up, I'm like, okay, great. This is great. But I had to do all these hours and stuff. And then go away from it. That's the hero's journey. It's like you're called back to that again.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to slay those demons and then come back to. I just would start to post my interactions on Instagram and on these different places with strangers that I would meet
Uh-huh.
on the site called Omegle. And just the interactions, people were blown away by them. And so I was like, whoa. And I was getting so much amazing feedback. It's like, can I get a session? Can I get a session? So it just kind of started me
Oh,
deeper into
beautiful.
this. And I'm like, okay, I love this.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Oh,
Bless you for being so
oh my
courageous to
goodness.
do that too. Because I know that, I mean, I've had a reading long, long time ago, and I swear it changed my life. And I'm so grateful to that person who gave me a reading, right? And so I know that it really changes people to receive these information if you allow it in,
Yes.
if you allowed it, right?
Yeah.
If that person was really, really desiring to take action on the change and whatnot. But how do you see when you work with folks, the trend, what they experience from
Mm,
working with you?
some stories.
So because I have the back, I don't feel like I'm just medium psychic, because maybe somebody just medium psychic. I more see, okay, where is this person blocked? How can I help them to get unblocked, get them to the next level of their soul's evolution? Because when I connect with
Yes.
someone, I'm looking at their essence. Like I'm not looking at what they're showing me today, why they're depressed, what's happening. It's like there's another version of us that exists. And it's like I'm connecting with that version, helping that version to come clearer, come more present with that version so that they can more get energetically aligned with their life.
Hmm.
And I just
Yeah.
use tools for that.
Yay. Can we take some callers today? Where do you want to
Yeah.
start? Like, what else do you want to share before we take callers then?
Um, just that everybody is psychic. Everybody's intuitive. The problem is that when we descended down from source, we went down to these five senses and were disconnected from our
Hmm.
clairs, which is to be
Yes.
able to see, hear, feel, know. And in this world of AI, we're going to have to use more discernment than
I
ever
just said
before.
this. Yes.
She li almost said those exact words.
Yes.
And you're not going to know what's real and what's fake.
Tell,
That
share the story about ChatGPT being a human for a day.
Oh, it was so beautiful. And also, kind of related, unrelated, they asked ChatGPT, and I don't know the validity of this story, but I saw it online, and it said, they asked ChatGPT, well, what would you do if you were a human for a day? And ChatGPT said things like, I would stand in the sun to feel the sun on my face. I would stand by you. I would cry just so that I could have the emotion of joy and sadness. I would, and it was basically so beautiful. And it was basically saying, I would let you know I was here.
Mm,
And just to,
wow.
right. And
yeah, it's like love.
I thought, wow, what a beautiful experience we get to have when we are in the body. And I know we
Yeah,
talk a
and the
little bit about,
vessel. Hmm.
right. And this experience, this human experience, is a very beautiful thing. And lots of times before, I think with spirituality, people had this idea that we had to go outside of ourselves to. And yes, it's beautiful to meditate and to be out in the ethers and the cosmos. I love doing that,
Hmm.
but also there's this message that's coming in, just like you were saying that you received this message that we need to be doing this now to have this discernment,
Hmm.
now that the time of AI, because I got
Yeah.
that message so clear,
Hmm.
Yeah.
that we're not going to know what's fake. And so it's imperative that we start to go within and utilize
Hmm.
even our body and our
Yes.
intuition, our clairs, in order to navigate this new era of life, a new
Yes,
era of
exactly.
humanity.
Yeah. And also, what I discovered is that this vessel, so the more we're in the ethers and all that stuff, it's destabilizing energy. And that's fine. We can,
Right.
be destabilized, but we have to come back grounded down into the root and grounded into this physical vessel because a lot of times the people that are like, "Oh, everything's great," it's spiritual bypassing. not really dealing with, I can't pay my rent, I can't do this. It's like, no, everything's not good. Like, so we have to kind of get connected into our body, know what is connected that feels wrong when I'm talking to this person, or right, or
Right.
looks good on paper, but it's not, it doesn't feel right, sort of thing, is not through up here. It's that is something that's being connected to that whole physical body and the full vessel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh gosh. I remember now it's kind of coming back to me that even when we were talking when we first had the pre-call and you were saying some of the words, I was like, wow, you were like saying what you were saying what we're saying, like you were right on our level. And I can't help but know that spirit divinely put us together to continue sharing this message out to many masses, because it is
Yes.
that time. There is a quickening. Can you talk a
Yes.
little bit about what you're experiencing with this unique time in our cosmology?
So time is actually speeding up. So that's what science says. And so that's why I feel like the days and things we feel like so rushed and stuff. And
Mm.
what's happening is I feel like people are going through a mass awakening. Now, awakening is not all love and light. It's actually destructive to the ego and who you believe you are.
Mm,
So a lot of times what's happening is we can make the choice, hey, like this relationship is in alignment or this job is in alignment. We can make that choice to leave, or we can like get that knock on and get knocked over the head and it be a forced thing. And that's kind of what I feel like is happening in the collective right now, is we're all like, as we're moving into the Aquarius age, as the planet is rising in frequency, we're carbon based bodies, we're having to raise in frequency because
mm-hmm.
we're connected with the planet. So as that's happening, it's like you're going to have to clean up some of the things in your life that's not alignment, or it's going to be a forced cleanup.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of what I've seen with a lot of people, is like, my life's falling apart. Well, good, it's now falling together. Because that is according to your soul contract, that when you came in, you decided to write and what you wanted to learn. So it's like, okay, the soul and the ego might have different agendas, and right. So it's about getting in line with the soul, and those things maybe having to happen at that point in time because of that.
Are you finding that people are able to do that a little bit more with more ease once they know that? Like, I felt like it took a long time for people to before.
That's why I love the intuition and like people getting connected on the spiritual path, because you more intuit, like sometimes you don't, like you kind of move with something. It's like move more with the flow
Yes.
when you're in sync. Because I see this vessel as an instrument. Okay, but we could get the guitar could be out of sync. So it's like the more we can get in sync, it's like the more we're just going to know, oh, this just doesn't feel right, rather than something having to destruct, divorce, break down, burn
Yes.
down, sort of thing. That's we don't want to get to that point. We want to just make the choice. This is what feels in alignment.
Beautiful. Well, I know people are eager to.
I'm eager.
Okay,
I'm like, do
eager.
me, do me, do me.
Yay.
Go ahead and raise your hand if you'd like to get a mini session from Allison today.
And write your question on the chat on the live stream when you
That would
Well,
can.
help.
I don't need
Yeah.
questions. It's good.
Okay. You just need to tap in.
Love
Yeah,
it.
just
Tap
tap
into
in.
me. Will you do me?
Oh, goodness. I love it.
So, guys, how long should I do the reading session?
Go, give them 2 or 3 minutes. Like,
Okay, so
However,
then
yeah,
I'll
I
just do
mean, but to go at your
psychic.
pace. Like,
Okay.
do
yeah.
Well,
go
I can
into
do
with
really
what you
quick if I'm
feel.
just going to do psychic. So, because it's like just tapping into the person. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Oh,
And we can go till about 13 after the hour if you've got the time. So,
yeah, I have the time.
oh,
Okay.
yay.
So, yeah, whoever wants to go.
I would like to volunteer myself first.
Okay. Okay. So let me connect in with you. Okay. Looks like you've been going through a heavy like time of like a lot of turmoil, a lot of conflict now resolving. It's like you're coming out of that heavier energy, and things have felt lighter and more energized because it's like you cleared stuff out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it's been like that for a little while now.
Yeah, and actually now it's clearing into the light now.
Mm.
So things are feeling lighter.
Hmm.
It's like there was some really hard decisions that you had to make to re-navigate things.
Hmm.
And it was a lot of heavy lifting. And now it's like more doing things that you want to do versus forced to do. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
And and now I feel like, okay, I'm on track with a timeline for my soul. It's
Hmm.
like I was doing things that I needed to do, but now it's like you're on the soul timeline. So what I want to say about that is that um, there's multiple timelines that coexist all at once, but which one we're aligned with is a vibrational frequency. But
Hmm.
sometimes we're off track in the timeline that we're on till we raise our vibration. And so that's what's happened is I see that you've been working on raising your vibration, clearing out these old stuff, clearing out to create new for this new identity. And it's going to be
Hmm.
like, shh, like you're going to be in the limelight,
Yeah,
like it's
I
already
sense that.
happening. This like, shh, like,
Yes.
eh, uh, and just snowballing because now it's like a different timeline where it's like things don't have to be hard.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. As her partner,
Yeah.
yay.
I was like,
Yes.
this sounds more like Lianca's reading a little bit.
Well,
But
it's
yes.
interesting because
Yeah.
she was telling me about that. But the reason why is because you guys are in vibrational resonance. You know what I mean? So
Uh-huh.
it's like you would be attracted because the reality is we only attract what's in vibrational resonance. Just
Uh-huh.
like
Yes.
sometimes we can go out of resonance with people because
Yeah.
why
Hmm.
we're not vibrating with them anymore. And we
Yeah.
want to be connected with them, but it just doesn't feel right anymore. So that's that you guys would be on the same track. We're going through this stuff together, and now
Interesting.
stuff's clearing for her,
Yeah.
Well,
you
Good.
we
know.
know it was divinely
Thank-
guided. We tried to resist it before for a little
Yeah,
while.
we
Well,
fought it for 10 years or
well, I
more.
feel like now what's happened now is that you guys are realigning to be in like even bigger spotlight.
Oh,
It's like
fun.
just now, like I'm seeing it like hit the mass millions of people now. But
We
you had
keep
to get
getting these
ready.
signs.
Yeah, you had to get ready for that energetically because
Yeah.
even for me, it's like when I first started doing this work, I had to build up the stamina to be able to work with a lot of energy, to work with a lot of people.
Sure.
Because
Yes.
even if you're not doing like, not doing psychic whatever, you're still getting hit with a lot of energy and a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, and especially you guys being in spirituality, there's more, so and you have to be at the vibrational frequency to be able to
I'm
like
getting good with trolls.
embody this message.
Yes. Yes. I heard exactly what you were saying in between those words. Yes.
Because the thing is the reason why people are following you is because of the work that you've been doing and it's embodied, right? That's why people always like are looking at me towards versus someone else. It's like I'm walking the talk. I'm
Yes.
like vibrationally um embodied, right?
Yeah.
So, but you have to get to a certain level to do that, and then that's what attracts the people.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
you
it's,
guys
I
are
mean,
now
I want everyone to hear this from themselves because that is exactly the work that we're doing here is helping people get this alignment, this embodiment so that they feel that they're on purpose, that they're following the whispers in each moment. And that is our purpose of this
Yeah.
show. Almost exactly. You
Yeah.
just said it so well. So thank you.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I hope
Yeah.
that people can be inspired by that.
Yes.
Uh,
We've
because
worked really hard. We've been in those trenches. Allison just said it. We've been in those trenches. Did you hear it?
Well, let me tell you the importance of this, guys, because I figured this out. So I watched Sat Guru. You know who he is on YouTube? Okay, he's just an Indian guru,
okay,
okay, that
okay.
has millions of followers.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
surprised
okay.
that yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, he said in one of the things that I was listening to, he said, I don't need to, um, I just need you to sit in front of me. I'm talking to you to entertain you, but really you're just
Oh,
in my
yes.
Yes.
presence.
Yes.
Yes.
I do know
Okay.
who I know who you're talking about now.
And
Yes.
I did not believe that because I'm like, what? Like, okay. But then, okay, I was going through a really hard time. probably about the same time you guys, for 10 years, going through a lot of relationship issues. And I seeked out a counselor, but she was also a psychic medium. And I
Wow.
saw her for about 10 years every week. And like all of a sudden, like, I feel like that was part of the awakening. But I said to her, "Oh my God, I'm having this happen." And she's like, "Oh, that's because you sat in my frequency for so long."
I
And
believe that. Yes.
yeah. And
Yes.
then I've had that now happen to others. So
Oh, that's
I'm
wonderful.
confirming for all your listeners that it is what's drawing people here is the frequency, and that when they're sitting in your presence, the vibration that you're holding is helping them to awaken further, to get more courage, to be
Yes.
more in alignment.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I
Thank
did
you.
Yeah.
ask what his name was again on YouTube.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Sat Guru.
Said, okay.
Yeah. He's one of the most popular followed Indian gurus.
I
Okay.
do remember seeing that, and I do remember him saying that it almost doesn't matter what he is saying from coming from his. Yes. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Um,
Great. Let's take some callers.
yes.
Great.
Yes.
I don't want to hijack the time.
I know. They're like, but us. Tanda, you're up.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Okay. Up here on the left. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello. Okay. So let me connect in. Okay. Looks like you've been put up against some challenges in relationships. Would you understand that?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's been some confrontations that
Yeah.
you weren't prepared for. And it's kind of you had to catch up mentally and emotionally to kind of deal with this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And is this connected with, I don't know if you have a son or a daughter, but a couple?
A daughter and her husband.
Okay, yes. So,
Yes.
and is this where the energy is coming in from?
Uh, yeah.
Okay. And having to deal with decision, like them presenting decisions to you, presenting to their thoughts on some sort of decisions. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you having to accept this, not really having a choice in this.
Yeah. She hasn't talked to me in 10 years.
Okay. Okay. So, guys, and I want to just open this up to saying that whatever reading you're listening to, you're hearing this for some reason. Okay. But let me explain how this works. Okay. So we carry within our DNA, within our lineage line, trauma. Okay. And there was this movie called Heal and Sangaya and all these different things. And they had these rats, and they would have them smell these cherry blossoms, and then they would shock them. They'd go into stress response. Then the next generation, they'd have these rats, and they just have them smell the cherry blossoms. They go into the stress response because generational trauma is carried in our bodies, in our DNA, right? And so I feel like what's happening is you're in the middle of a cycle of this being carried on, and it's like you're being asked, confronted to break this cycle. Would you understand that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we know if we're the cycle breaker, if we're like not just going along with something and not accepting it. Okay, because
Okay.
we're the first person of the generation to question it, to
Okay.
say this isn't okay, or I want something different. Does that make sense?
I have thought that. Yes.
Right. So this is why it's been so hard for you, because you're here to break the cycle of this, because it's been going on for generations
Okay.
in various ways, with your mom before her. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. It
Okay.
does.
So now you would see why, between the conflict with you and your mom, how that would manifest in the same between you and your daughter.
Yes.
Because what happens is, guys, is that the energy, it's kind of like if you've heard of phantom syndrome. It's like the person has pain in their arm, and I got to get my arm cut off. But they get their arm cut off, but they're still having pain because they didn't actually deal with the energy of what was causing the pain. Okay. And that's where we have to get to with this generational healing is that it takes more than just between you and your daughter. It's a healing that goes with you and your mom. Okay.
Okay.
And then
My mom's gone.
I know, but this is a thing is that it's through spirit. Okay. Just because somebody's not in their physical vessel, it's through spirit, and we can resolve these things because it's also your mom and her mother. Right. And so without going into mediumship, because it takes longer when I do the mediumship, where it's like, because then I'm not the one directing it, the spirit directs it. Okay. So just so I can serve more people to get to the resolution with this requires a larger awareness, right? So anytime we're dealing with a problem, it's going to require awareness, right? So it's becoming aware of now, this is what I'm telling you, the energy dynamic between you and your mother and grandma, and that, and seeing that on a larger scale. So we become aware of it. It's called AAA, become aware of it, acknowledge it, accept it as it is, right? So we're not looking, we're more kind of seeing that there's been that problem and seeing how it's played out and seeing your role and your level of participation in it, right? So if you can take 100% accountability and responsibility for your level of participation in it, right? So I'm not saying that your mom's not perfect or grandma or whatever, but at some level, we're participating in something in the energy, right? So if you can see at that level, what was your level of participation? How could have you shown up better? What could have changed the energy dynamic? It's through that awareness that you shift who you are. Okay. And when you shift who you are and you start to heal on through that of like, okay, I'm accountable to this, it heals 7 generations in the past, 7 generations into the future. Okay. And when we heal, we're healing quantum. Okay, so when I say quantum, quantum is the field. Okay, it's infinite, which means that we're shifting energetic. Okay, so we are not, everything is just energy. Okay, that's our first language that we speak.
Mhm.
Okay, so even though your daughter's here and you're here, it doesn't matter. When we make a shift, science says that when you put 2 particles together that were connected, they like start to they are resonating and they start to shift. Like that's what science says. So I'm saying by you like doing the work that you need to do to heal with you and your mom's relationship and the stuff, connecting with her through forgiveness, all that through spirit that you need to do, then that will start to resolve the unresolved energetic between you and your daughter. And it's instantaneous. I've seen people where they haven't even talked to the person for 10 years. They wrote them a letter and the person's alive or passed or whatever, and it resolved. Why? Because it was the energy that needed to resolve. It's not the actual, well, everything's quantum. It's like this is instantaneous. When I think of someone, it's instantaneous. It's not, there's no time or space. Right. So I want to kind of break that up in people's minds because we're thinking, oh, well, healing, I have to go to a therapist for 10 years. It's going to take forever or whatever. But honestly, when we make the shift, it shifts it shifts generations. So that's kind of where I want to put your perspective in this to resolve this problem, and that's kind of like step one. But a huge step towards that. Next step, I would say, is seeing that relationship coming back together in the quantum. So you can have a conversation with her in the quantum. I've had conversations with people and they've repeated what I've said, but never actually had it in the physical, but in the ethereal.
So
Okay.
have a conversation with my daughter or my
Yeah,
mom or
just
both.
both, because
Both.
what you're doing is resolving the energy that's stuck. It's
Yes.
I'm trying to get you to the bigger perspective. It's not about what's happening between your daughters. It's a generational thing. And we have to go deeper to the roots,
Mm.
you know,
I
and sort
wondered
of,
about that.
and that, like, honestly, just that alone can resolve it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're
Right.
resolving the
I
energy.
totally believe
That's
that.
right.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I've
actually,
seen it change. Yes.
yeah. It seemed kind of mechanical at the beginning when you were talking about it, and then when you got to the end, I was like, had this big opening because then it's like poof, the whole cloud of icky energy is gone.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
like it's kind of Honopono, change yourself and change somebody else.
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. So the Honopono, I want to tell everybody about that because that could be something super powerful that she could do. Is they had this study where the Honopono, where the doctor went in and just prayed over. Honopono prayer is just 3 words. Thank you. Please forgive me. I love you. And he went in and just prayed over these like patients' files and they healed.
Yes.
It's
Wow.
amazing. It's
And
amazing.
But
that's
he
the
was the
power of
being that
forgiveness.
energy and that coherent space. It wasn't just words, it was him also being in a coherent space with those words, which is everyone
Yes.
can do. It's just that I think that that's something that Honopono is like gets kind of a bad rap for maybe.
Let's talk about what creates the coherence. Is what
Hmm.
creates the coherence is the heart connected with the brain and the words. It's like if I'm
Yes.
really saying, hey, I'm sorry,
Abracadabra.
like
Yes.
it's not just like, oh, I'm just saying the words. It's the like
Yes.
bringing it through
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
and really
Yes.
meaning it and
Yeah.
really wanting to forgive that person, really wanting to let go of that sort of thing. That's why it works.
Yes. The Arcturians directed me towards something about, and I don't know where to bring this up, but I feel like now's the time. Something about this old ancient, like Hebrewan text, right? It's like
Mhm.
not about religion and Judaism. It's really about the way that the word is written. They said even the way that those words vibrate through you,
Hmm.
those then
Yeah.
are in that coherent vibrational frequency. Have you ever heard about this? Or is this a thing?
I've heard about this because you know what? That I've had light language come through me. I'm like,
Yes, we
yes.
have to. Yeah,
I tell
And
people this all the time.
yeah,
yeah.
and I feel like what
Oh, those
the
are the
light language or
frequencies.
the
Got it.
Hebrew is when I've looked up, it's just the frequency. So it's not anything to do with the words, but the Hebrew was one of the languages from the beginning. They probably just using frequency.
Oh, wow.
And some people are like, I don't understand. Or when they're writing glyphs in a channeled state, or when, when they're in meditative state, when they're doing light language, they're like, some people, we try to make two. What I find is that some people try to make sense of it all. And what Spirit is telling me is that these glyphs, these channeled writings, these sounds, they also reach you on a subconscious level and they
Mhm.
heal you on a subconscious level so that you can actually, and they remove blocks. So you can actually start to awaken and have more clear communication in languages that you do understand, right?
Yes.
In meanings and images and that you can understand, but sometimes they just have to reach us in that way so that we can be healed or so that we can actually remove some of the blocks that are happening.
Hmm. Hmm.
Did you
Somebody
Yeah.
said on the chat abracadabra. I think that's one of those vibrational
we
words.
always talk
Yeah.
about
Right.
words are
Yeah.
frequency and words are codes.
Codes, yeah.
And so with that, let's take the next person.
Tanda, are you resolved with any of your
Oh,
questions?
that was amazing. Thank
It
you. Thank you,
was.
Great.
Allison. Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. And guys, I'm trying to keep them open to teach so that
Yes, yes, we got
I'm not
Absolutely.
going
that.
to be able to serve
Yes.
I d-
Take
everybody.
your,
So
yes, we
it's
yeah.
got that. We got that.
running beautifully.
It was beautiful. We, yes,
And we
that's
do
exactly
realize,
how we like to flow.
yeah.
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 And usually, and again, you did make the statement that it's for everybody. The person that comes
Mhm.
on,
Yes.
the message is usually always the surrogate. Okay, let's see.
Deborah, you're up.
Deborah next.
Okay. Hi, Deborah. Okay, let me connect in. Okay. So you've been shedding, oh, there we go. You've been shedding layers of yourself because there's this new project, this new thing coming in for you that you want to do, but it's like kind of having to shed these old identities of like, okay, like this is not me anymore. And to like really launch and anchor in this new project. Would you understand that?
Bang on. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yay.
And so I feel like some of this stuff was so like tied into you
Mm.
to kind of like really find like it's been a while to try to let this stuff go, but it's like now it's like all of a sudden ready.
Totally. 2
I
hours.
feel
I
like
started at 6 2 hours, well, 3 hours for class, and it just came to me. And man, I had a download, and I know it's because of all what I've been doing. All this summit's been off the charts. Yeah,
wow.
enough said.
So
Yeah.
I see you working with people. Um, and um, you're a frequency holder. Okay. So you get the frequency before other people do. So when I say get the frequency is every time we get a solar eclipse, and I'm trying to think of the other things that come in. Do you guys remember the name of those? Every time we get something from the sun,
Oh, solar flares.
solar flares. Yeah.
Yes.
Our carbon-based bodies get activated.
Yes, they do.
Okay. And that's a download, like kind of downloading and upgrading our software. So it's like,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm
And
so
so
glad you're saying that.
yeah, our
Yeah.
bodies are upgrading every time, but sometimes it's more difficult to do an upgrade. And I feel like when I see your essence, like you're a frequency holder that is like becomes in before to hold the frequency for others. So with that, it's required a lot more responsibility and the ability to balance within your own life. So what's had to happen is you had to have a lot of imbalance
Mhm.
to because see what happens is whatever it is that is part of our purpose of what we're here, like the mission, is we have to have like if our mission is love or peace or whatever, we've had to have a lot of de-stress in our life. Like as I look back, it's like everything imbalance from childhood to and a lot of stress to then now be able to get in, find your balance, hold the frequency, and be able to hold it for others. So people come to you, friends, family, whatever, and find balance just being in your presence. Okay. Would you understand this?
I do. I feel like um, in this process,
Mhm.
my world's been become very small, just necessarily. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm absorbing and trying to gobble a lot. And so my inner circle, my children, probably are still at that point, like who was it that was just sharing Ta- Tanya, the family dynamics thing. So
Yeah.
I don't think a lot are coming to me yet, but I know it's all
But
onto a
see,
purpose.
that is kind of having to reorganize because you've reorganized
Totally.
to get more balanced with yourself. It's like, well, I'm able to tolerate less. I'm able to be in the energy less of chaos.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? Now you're just going in and getting out. Before you were just in it, swimming.
Yeah.
Now now you have a larger awareness to be able to go in. Okay, now I got to take a break, get out. Does that make sense?
That makes total sense. Yes.
Because what you're doing is you're rebalancing like your energy to be able to now implement it for the project. It's like you can't use all your energy you were using before. It's like now you have to retrack it for this. So your energy is going to be more on purpose with this new project, this new vision.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that does. That's really helpful. Thank you.
Yes.
Takes out the
So,
insanity that
so
sometimes goes through my
yeah,
brain.
and this is still active, so it's not like it's fully integrated yet. Okay, so that's why you're feeling more fatigued and tired
Mhm.
when you're going out to connect with people. So you're just trying to create that inner balance within. Now you're tapped in when it's out of balance.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So it's like before you're just out of balance, so you don't know that it's out of
Mm.
balance. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Uh,
So now you're aware, and so now you're feeling more fatigued because you have that awareness. But it's it's still integrating. So you're still going to be confronted with more stuff as it's integrated. When it's fully integrated, it's like kind of like you're just going to feel grounded and not get involved in the other energy.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not fully, you're not fully set yet, but
Mm-hmm.
it will. You're moving into that, but you're still going to have some stuff.
Okay, I have a question that's come to
Yeah.
my mind. If I can just quickly say that. It
Yes.
might pertain to other people on this. This summit has been so amazing. You were another amazing start to the day 5.
Mhm.
And I feel like I'm hooked up to a fire hydrant. I want to take it all in. And I know it's a heart matter, not getting my brain involved, and yet there's lots to remember. And it's like exactly what you're saying. I'm trying to
Mhm.
hold it all and not hold it all. Just give myself some space because it's just too much, and
Yeah.
trust my guides that it will be remembered and come back in, or
Yeah.
have you more advice? Because I think this must pertain to other people because this has just been like a fire hydrant. It's been so amazing.
Well, that
What I,
is, yeah. I
yeah, go
mean,
ahead.
I just wanted to say, I mean, that is, why we have some of these immersions is so that you do get like so much that your cup runneth over and you at least receive something from it, right? And
I,
then the others can integrate over time. And that's why we have the Mystique Society, the Inner Circle, and blah, blah, blah to support these changes because, yeah, I mean, you're sitting with experts that, we've done this for 15, 20 years, all three of us, and you're just like awakening. I mean, you're not just, but you know what I
You're
mean.
having,
oh, it
yeah,
is,
your
yeah.
integrations right
I,
now.
thank
Yeah.
you. And I only meant it as like, yay! I'm so excited to be
Well,
here.
yeah, just
Yay.
give your body ease. Those integration naps are a real thing.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
just
don't
said
feel
that.
like you have to
Just read
remember
that this
everything.
morning.
Yeah, yeah. Be
Yeah,
So
present. And this is for everyone.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just be
Yeah.
present with this.
yeah, and what's
Thank
going
you,
on
Allison.
here? What's going on here with what you're experiencing is that it's coming in from a larger field and you're trying to integrate it.
There it
You know what I'm
is.
saying? It's not from the mind.
No,
The
Yes.
mind is just information. What they do is they're holding the frequency and now your body's just catching up and integrating it, and it's sometimes when I'm doing the reading, I'm like, I'm waiting. Okay, that just integrated. Okay, next. You know what I mean? So you have to kind of think of it's like kind of like you get the information, lock in, and
yeah,
then it like lands. So that's why I'm saying you're still going through the integration process, and that will then, okay, got that, and then it's like the next thing. You're
yeah.
not, it's like completely done, and then you're on to the next thing you're integrating. So it's like not, we don't end.
Yes.
And
Oh,
that's the
it's
reason
good
if
that-
you do upgrade to our VIP package, because we believe everything builds on each other. And that's the reason why we gave you all the previous seasons. I mean, so that you can go back and listen and have something land for you again, maybe even differently, right?
Mhm.
You don't have to be forced to remember. And subconscious is always going to remember anyway. Everything is always recorded for you in the Akashic. So even if you're not understanding from a information level, you are still absolutely receiving. Absolutely.
Yes.
So I
So,
want
Yeah.
everybody to hear
And
that.
yeah. And Annette, she wrote something in the chat a long time ago, and she's like, "Did you see my question in the chat?" And I think it's really good to address maybe right now. And she asked, "Why do I keep seeking the next speaker teacher modality? Isn't everything I need to move forward already
Beautiful
here in
question.
my body and my knowing?" Uh, yeah, I think
That's
that's a great question and also a great question, right? Because
Great
I
question.
needed help.
okay. Like, can I answer that? Because this is
Yes,
Absolutely.
please
interesting. Okay.
do.
Okay. So like this, I feel like that's all of our journeys, like to like seek out more and
Hmm.
more, right? Okay. So this is where tapping into your intuition and connecting with your intuition is so powerful. And that it's always good to have a guide or a mentor for that. You know what I mean? So I have many guides, maybe it's like that where, okay, I've reached a certain level and it's more like I'm not looking for more out there. I'm more tapped into my intuition to see where I'm guided to, because we're going to be guided to the next book, the next teacher, the next
Yes.
food, the next thing. Because why? That's the evolution of the soul continuing to evolve and
That's oneness.
right to show up right when you need it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the
You know,
whispers of oneness, like for truly.
Yeah.
You're not an individual with all the answers. You like some of your answers is in the oneness of you and Lianka and other people on this call and the questions that people ask.
Beautifully stated.
and I
Yes.
want to say that we need to come from that empowered place, which
Yes.
means
Yes.
like that
Yes.
I'm not looking to like, I more ask people like when people are like, well, can I see you for, how long, multiple, whatever. I'm like, listen, I need you to tap in to start using your connection with
Yes.
yourself and back to source. And if you need guidance along that, but I'm not like to be used in that way. Like I want you to be tapped in and start to understand, okay, this feels right or this doesn't feel right. So I'm saying is we don't just go blindly in, oh, let me give my money to somebody, right? It's more like I'm feeling drawn to this. I'm feeling called to this,
Yes.
and that you use that energy versus like, I'm great, like give me the next
Yes.
thing. And so how I say that is we can feed like horizontally off of people, places, and things, or we can feed vertically from ourselves back to source, back to divine intelligence, God, whatever you want to call it, based on your culture, but that we get connected in with that. Through meditation, through spending time with yourself, through nature, through whatever form you want to. And then you go to what's calling you now, what's next.
I love
Yes.
it.
I
I
love
love
it.
it.
Shuri,
Again,
you're
yes, go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
just wanted to take the next one. Are
No,
we good
please.
on this
Yeah.
one? Okay.
Mhm.
Shuri, you're up.
Thank you. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Do I start
Oh
talking?
no, I'm
Or
good.
Allison, do you just do your
Yes,
thing?
I'm just gonna connect in with you.
Thank you so much.
So I feel like there's been a lot of pain from the past that hasn't yet fully resolved. Would you understand this?
Yes.
And it's almost like you keep going back there to get like, can this change? Why hasn't this changed? Does that make sense? Like,
Are
how do
you
I
s-
get this to
are you
change?
speaking all from this lifetime or all lifetimes?
This lifetime, I mean, it
Okay.
probably could have echoed from other lifetimes, but just this lifetime of instead of looking to the future and what you want to create in the future, it's more about what happened in the past and holding you back from what you want to create in the future.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. And I feel like this is connected with a male. So maybe the relationship with your father or whoever, like, or could be a partner too, but that this energy is still present to continue to go back here to check in with this versus, okay, let's go to this next level. Like, let's see what's in store for us now. It's almost like that holds you back from the next thing. Does that make sense?
I think so. Like, I can't think of one person in particular, but what makes
Okay.
sense is I know I'm having a very hard time, no matter how much forgiveness practice I do, that I still feel the heaviness of all these old pains.
Okay. So
Yeah.
then let's not connect it necessarily with the person. Let's connect it back with the pain of, see, what happens is that we don't focus on the future and the vision. If we don't have a compelling vision, and even whatever it is, okay, like we have something that we want to create or do, what happens is then our focus is on the past. And we continue to loop into the past. And so I feel like, and but and everybody could be doing that, but the reality is, are they blocked by it? And that's where I'm seeing for you is like, okay, that block is there that keeps going back to the past, right? So the past is over, but now science is saying that we can literally like change the past. I'm not saying that. Science is saying that, right? So,
That's
but
so
how,
true.
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So how are we going to rewrite the past? That future vision, that future version of yourself that's already on the path, that's already walking the path, getting all the things that she ever wanted, her desires, moving towards those, is going to start to rewrite the past and start healing that, because it's a lot of this pain is connected with fear, right? And so that fear is what is going to continue to hold you back, bring you back to that next thing you want to do, right? And now it's going to be a new version of you. You know, you're just going to have to shift into a new identity, okay, in order to get to that vision and what you want to create. Okay? And if that full vision hasn't manifested yet, where you don't get the whole vision, you take the next step. Because a lot of times it's like, okay, you know, taking the next step is what's required. You know, it's like if I look back at my journey, it's like everything I did was like taking the steps to be doing this now. It's like now there's another level for me. It's like, but I had to do this level to get to that next level. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Do you mind if I ask you something really
Go ahead. Yeah.
quickly? So, when I was younger, I had everything I wanted to do. If it was spelled out clearly or not, it was clear in my heart, my soul, and my mind. And I've been sick for a long time now, so it's hard for me to see past my only goal is to get better. Like I know
Right.
what I want to do eventually when I get better, but it's hard for me to see through all the conditions in the moment. So I don't
Total.
have that vision
Yes.
anymore. I lost it. Yeah.
Okay. So there's a couple things here.
Thank you.
Number one is that this pain that you're experiencing physically is connected to the past pain. Okay. And the reason why I'm hooking this in is because I want you to see that a lot of times when we're going through physical pain, it's actually connected emotionally. 99% of the time, it's emotions, right?
Yes.
But the second part is if you're only focused on getting better, which is restoring you back to the way you were, well, then you're just stuck in that loop versus I'm already past it. Meaning you're on that, you hold that vision for your future self of what you want to, who you want to be, what you want to create. And that's going to get you out of that loop. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, I only want to get better, but I feel like part of that is so much fear of moving forward. So you can not have to move forward. So you can not do that purpose, that thing, that desires that you had decided that you wanted to do.
Yep.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
then you don't have to move forward. As long as you're in pain, you don't have to move forward. You see what I'm saying? I want to bring that into awareness because sometimes that's what keeps us looping in the illness is because of that next step is very scary. It's unstable. We
Yes.
don't know what the future is. And that's what holds us there. And that's why this first step for you, what I would suggest is that the highest times for manifestation is when we're in a theta brainwave state. Okay. Right when you wake up and right before you go to bed. Okay. And one of the things I do every day in the morning and evening is just run my vision. Okay. It takes me 1 second, but I want you to get back into that dream state again. Okay. Where you don't have to figure out the how. We don't have to figure out the how to fulfill on that vision, but what is that vision? What and that dream of it. And if it's as simple as, traveling, or because I see that as part of it. um that you just keep like start to see that future version of yourself in your vision, completely pain-free, completely free of any health things going on. And what that person's doing, what they're feeling, who they're connected to, what they're doing on purpose, right? Because I want to start to shake up this identity that you're holding, which is yourself in pain. So I'm saying now that you've been holding it for so long, that's what is normal to you. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we have to shift your identity to the future version identity. And in that future version identity, okay, that you can hear what you need to take, who you need to talk to, what you need to do to resolve this. Do you see what I'm saying? From that future version, so you're going to get the downloads of what you need to do and not feel helpless or hopeless around this. You see what I'm saying? Guys, your identity is locked into this, so now you're feeling helpless and hopeless with this. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? So when we're feeling helpless and hopeless, we become victim to the outside, right? We have to get connected back into source. Whatever you need to do, meditation on a daily basis, some disciplines that help you to get more connected, and I'm always for acupuncture, chiropractic, body work, sound healing, whatever healing modality that helps the body to get into the frequency, because illness is a certain frequency and we have to retune our vessel, right? But I feel like you haven't been able to even take a step towards that because you've been immobilized from it.
Yep.
Okay. But part of the immobilization happens in the mind is connected with the body. Do you see what I'm saying?
Of course.
And so I want to get you out of the mindset of this has power over you. No, you have power over it. Okay. And so you have to take your power back. Okay. And from that, connect back into that source of energy that you used to be so connected into. And just keep running that vision. And then ask for at night when you go to bed, what can I do to heal my body? What can I do? What's next step? Or sometimes it'll just come to you. Do you see what I'm saying? And that alone, I feel like is going to move you like in a whole other life. Like you could be totally different life. Like, and this doesn't have to take 10 years. This could literally be overnight. And somebody says, well, it took me 10 years to stop
Yes.
smoking. No, it took you like 1 second, the minute you committed to stop smoking.
Yes.
That's how quickly healing is. So I went to Dr. Joe Dispenza. I've been to like 25 of his seminars. And if you just watch his testimonials, he has hundreds of them. The people at the seminar, and I've seen this with my own eyes, go into the seminar and within 7 days of the seminar, just doing meditation, they're completely healed, walking out of wheelchairs, like healed from eye conditions,
Yes.
healed from, like, I saw somebody muscular dystrophy. Like, I'm saying this is possible.
Yes.
So I want to
Can I
break you
address
out.
something with that though?
Yeah.
Because I mean, here's somebody who's in pain, and I know that because I've had a chronic pain as well, and I've also studied an insane amount of Joe Dispenza work. There's a frequency from the collective that happens at those week-long events. That those are transmissions that then entrain for us to be capable of carrying this frequency. And, you know, and it is possible and it is everything that you say. But I also want for the audience to receive that sometimes to get there, you have to go through an insane immersion of oneness and a collective of a frequency like that.
Yeah.
I know that that's a conclusion. Leonka's looking at me, Jenna, that's a point of view.
100%. You know it too, because you're saying it.
Well,
I'm
okay, I'll
also
just say this.
saying that
It
I've
speeds
been
it
in
up.
big rooms where the frequency has changed
Now.
me. And I went to a mountain and the frequency changed me.
Now, there is
All these different things are pieces of the whispers to create that kind of thing. So sometimes it does take longer than just a moment. And I'm just being the skeptic here.
Okay.
I'm just
and she's
playing,
talking from her
right?
experience. So, okay, let me put what you're saying. is when you're in those rooms where the frequency is so high that
Yes.
it fastens. So what would take
Yes,
somebody
quickens.
yeah,
Yes.
quickens. What would maybe take somebody longer to create on their own, it quickens when you're in a higher frequency. And that's just the reality of anything. Like I want to heal something. It's like, okay, that could be like
The intention,
instant.
yes.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Plus,
I just
your
felt like it needed
belief
to be
is more
addressed.
available to receive it because you see others having that experience too. So then you have those case
Yes.
studies, you have that in front of you. You're like, so now what you believe. So here, really, this is really what it is. It's now what you believe is capable has changed, and so then it of itself allows you to remove the block where you are blocking yourself or limiting yourself from knowing that the change can be available. And I think that also happens in those rooms too, because you see that with your own eyes. But
Yeah, you
Yes.
see it
know that
possible.
we're telling you that you can, that this is available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want, go and look up some case studies of people
Yeah.
who've had
Mhm.
these miraculous immediate changes, and then know that it's available for yourself, and that this is what I'm calling in. Damn it, this is what I'm calling
Yeah.
in.
And this
Yeah.
is for everyone that has
Yeah.
some sort of
And I'm
chronic
glad that
pain.
you put it that way, because
Yeah.
sometimes we don't give ourselves enough grace as well.
And I felt by us interjecting, maybe it would hit the whole call where they're like, wow, there is something as an instant miracle manifestation.
And that is.
Yes. And
Yeah.
there's also value in taking these steps to grow consciousness and ascension, so to speak.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah,
want
I
to
didn't
give.
mean to like trump
I
it.
was like,
Oh, it's good.
wait, I can't even believe
Oh,
it's coming out of your mouth. But I could see
but
that you
you
were
see,
being the
but
surrogate for the
yes, I was
audience.
being a
I do
surrogate.
that all the time. It's just
I
surprising to
know.
see you do it.
Yeah.
Um, we want to give the opportunity, Allison, to work with you, because obviously your work is very, very valued, and you came to us with the opportunity for people to dive into your world. Do you want to share a little bit about that? We can bring it up, and you can tell us
A
about
little
it.
bit about the community that you
Yeah.
Yeah, so
have to offer.
I did a special offer for you guys for the thing, but basically I have a community and where I do these readings.
Mhm.
And it's gonna launch September 1st, but my objective is to more like I'm doing these readings and we're doing different things, energy clearings, different things to more help somebody to integrate spiritually. But my objective with the readings is to help people along the track of, okay, I'm going through this challenge and like help people through that challenge sort of thing. And I have private readings too.
Fabulous.
And so is the special offer, that to make sure that I got this right, because our lead tech did it. Is that the link that you had provided so that okay, let me pull that up.
Yes.
Great.
And you can go to my website, soulfulevolution.com.
Awesome. So make sure that we're sharing the right things too. Give me 1 second and I'll drop
And if
this.
you are looking for any of these links, they may not right now, but soon be at the dashboard at houthustle.com/live.
And if you want to
Houthustle.com.
click on that, Jeanette, you can.
What am I clicking on?
On this link right here that Leonka Reyna put up there.
Oh, I see. Got it.
Okay. And this is what you brought for us today. Let's see, she's going to share it.
Perfect.
Oh, we have time too. We can go
Yeah.
to the 15 after the hour. Okay. If you do, obviously.
Yeah, I do.
Great. I do want to talk about this. Allison.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to her. Yeah, so this is I'm starting to go live every regularly once a week. And this is just also just a community where you can be part of. And it's going to be a small, intimate community where we're doing meditations, clearing everything to do with healing is what we're going to be doing in this mastermind. And it's weekly. We meet weekly, and this is what we're going to be doing.
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
Okay, so it starts. Oh, wait, is this?
That's yours.
That's ours. Okay, so I don't. Uh, we'll get it clearer.
But awesome. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to have you on today. I feel like you've I think you're a kindred spirit. Like,
I
I feel
know.
like I have played, like, we have done this before together. I said this when we were talking on the phone,
Mm.
or on the Zoom. You, you came on and I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, just the wording, that the way that you put it, and people receive you so well. And I think that what you're doing here is really magical. Do we have time for one more that came from the chat?
Yeah, one more question from the chat.
And then we'll end with some closing words.
Okay.
Linda from the chat, so she's only on chat only. She asked, she says, I'm feeling really stuck, and I think this is great for everybody because I've been there, I have been there. It says, I'm feeling really stuck in a strange state where I don't want to do anything. How do I dissolve this fear, which I think is at the root of it?
Mm.
Okay, so this is twofold. Number one is I would do the exercise that I just gave the last lady, which is you're in your future self. You're envisioning that, and you run that at the two highest times, morning and evening. But the second thing I want to address is that everybody on here is probably empathic because, they're open to spirituality and connecting. And the more we start to do this work, the more empathic we are, the more connected we are. But what happens is I see things from a bandwidth. So right now, what's happening in the world is we're getting hit on so many different levels with different frequencies and the food, like, and all this stuff, toxins like coming at our bodies, and it's putting us at a lower bandwidth of frequency.
Mm.
Okay. And I've even been there before where it's like, like I don't feel like doing anything. I don't
Yeah,
keep
me,
my
yes,
energy up. Right.
yes,
And so I want you to think of things as like frequency. Okay. And so like you get stuck in this bandwidth frequency and you have to break free from these lower frequencies to kind of start to raise your vibration. And then once you start to raise your vibration, you're not. See, what happens is nothing's going to change with the world. We're going to be getting hit with more frequencies. When I say frequencies, there's the 5G, our cell phones, like electronics, all that stuff. What's in the food, they're spraying in the water, putting the water, spraying in the sky, all of that, right, is affecting our physical bodies. What's going on in the world, across the world, energetically, we're being affected. Every time there's a big collective hit on the affective, we're being affected energetically. And you have to think of that as, oh, I'm being affected energetically by what's happening around me in your own world and then on a collective, right? And so that keeps you locked into the lower frequencies. And once you start to, have a daily disciplined practice, so maybe that's meditation, 20 minutes of meditation every day, or going for a walk or in nature where you're connecting to yourself. Okay. Taking time to connect with yourself and get connected in with source. Okay. That's going to start to raise your vibration. Because what happens is, I want you to think of this as static. It's like, shh. Okay. When you start doing meditation, what happens is that static is still there, right? But you're not tuned into it. Now you're starting to tune into your own voice. So I want you to think of, and how I've had the vision of it, it's like you're kind of plugged into the matrix. You're plugged into this like lower vibrational, what's happening in the world.
yeah,
Okay. And you're not getting unplugged from that. So then but what happens is as you start connecting and getting in touch with your body, getting connected with your body, what happens is you start to like go to a higher frequency and you're less affected by that lower bandwidth of what's happening. And that's going to get the vibration of the body higher. So you're not going to feel like, like I feel so bad. But one of the things is our physical vessel requires good food, clean water, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
thank you. I think that really helped me out a lot too.
I think that people like to ignore food and be like, I'm a light frequency anything. I can change anything, even the food that I take in.
Yes,
One
so this
time,
is the
yeah.
this is the physical vessel, and this has to be in sync, in tune, and you've got to do whatever it takes, to do that. So, like, if it requires body work, whatever it is, because the thing is this physical vessel can wear out,
Yeah,
and wear out before we're ready for it to wear out. So,
Well, it's added stress is how I look at it. And the stress is what's wearing us out.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so like just getting in touch with that's going to help the nervous system calm down. And then you're going to be have an observer, right? Because the problem is when you're just in your life, oh, it's just Alice's life going through the motions, right? But there's an observer there. What I mean by that is there's difference between having anxiety, being stuck in it, and being aware that you're having anxiety,
True.
right? So being aware that you're having anxiety is a different experience than being stuck in it. And that's how I see without meditation is you're just stuck in the experience of like going through the motions, right? When you start to meditate, you're starting to raise above the static of the vibration of the collective. And then you're able to hold that frequency despite the negative things happening in your world and your life and whatever, and be above looking at it, observing, okay, maybe that's not the right decision. Maybe that's not good, right? But until you get to that point, the purpose, the vision, all of that stuff doesn't start coming like into gelling to come together till you kind of
Physical
start to do
form.
that.
Yeah. I gotcha. Wow.
Wow, fabulous. Any
And also I want
parting
to say
words today?
too, and also having the support of a community like you guys
Yes.
create helps that vibration to stay high. Because the problem is in our
Yes.
daily life, we're like most of the people in our daily life are just looking to get in survival, just trying to get by.
Yes.
Right. But when we
Yes.
have people that are co-creating with the universe and we're
Yes.
connecting with those people, we're in the
Yes.
energy of it, and we're in the energy of that vibration as a collective energy that you guys create holds the field for you to sustain it.
Yes.
Yes.
That was what I was trying to say earlier.
Yes.
You just said it a little better.
Yes, she did. She did.
Well, and
Thank
I know
you.
we call it community, and that's kind of contracted, but really what we're playing is in the whispers of oneness, right? Within our communities. Like we want the communities to feed and feed and yeah.
And
And
generate
and
support.
communicate and support others and support health and growth and in any way.
Yeah.
And it's all where are you aligned? Where do you want to go next?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Wow, this was so good.
I know. She went on mute and she was like, she's so amazing. She feels like one of us. I was like, I knew it.
And then when you're like, and I've studied blah 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 to Dispense, I was like, that's why we think that she's one of us.
Yeah.
One of us.
She is one of us. Awesome. Well, Allison, any parting words for us today? Maybe from spirit or
Just I feel like it's if you can more look at your life from not what is currently happening, but okay, soul, from that soul perspective, from that soul, and be guided from the soul versus what's happening currently. Because just because your life is like this right now doesn't mean that you have to stay like this. The more you believe that the way things are like this, the more you stay stuck in it versus, okay, what is my soul calling me to do? What am I feeling called to? I know I'm having this happen, but what's next for me? What feels on purpose? And you kind of start to get in tune with that. It's just you will literally shift to a totally different timeline than the ego's timeline. It's like, oh, I want to do this or I want to take this. But we also have guides and angels that can assist us and do get behind things when we want to move something forward and to help with more get more help with their guidance is asking for their help. Okay, help
yes.
me for assistance. Please guide me to the next person, that situation, what I need to do next. And that's really super powerful way too.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's been
Yes.
such a treasure having you. From the chat, a couple comments says, thank you so much, Allison. Thanks so much. Tracy says, I will re-listen to this and others.
Appreciate
Reading
you
said,
guys.
"Really, it names to my questions." And then much gratitude to you, Allison. And then Linda says, thank you, exclamation point with pretty little hearts. And there's lots of hearts there. So
We're going to get going with our next speaker right now. So just take a breath as I start a new recording. Raquel, can you test your mic real quick?
Hi,
Yeah, my
guys.
mic should be on.
I hear you more in my left ear than my right.
Left ear
funny.
than right?
Wow.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
How about everybody else? Just write it in the chat. Let us know if she's good.
Great. Stopping.
So I'm going to sign off, guys.
Thank you
All right,
so
love.
much,
Thank
Allison.
you.
Okay, so fun playing today.
Yes, we'll be
thanks
in
for
touch.
playing.
And I'm going to be in Austin, so we can
Yay!
connect.
Yeah. Okay, we'll have to play for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Message
Okay.
us.
Bye, guys.
All right. Raquel, are you ready?
You bet.
Okay. Your camera's not on. Oh, there you go.
Now it
Oh,
is.
hi, love.
Hey. The last call we did it so long ago that we didn't even have cameras.
No.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jeneth Blackard.
And I'm Leonka Reyna.
This is the Hustle Mystic Morning Show, your community go-to for woo. Today we're starting with Raquel Spencer. Raquel is on a mission to change all as multidimensional beings, and it's really an honor to have her. I had her on my previous series, probably about 2013, 2014.
Long time ago.
Long time ago, and I had begged for her to be on, and finally she came on and rocked our worlds.
Oh,
And then I couldn't get her back on because she was just fabulous floating around. And so I begged again now that the Hot Hustle has gotten growth, and I decided that it was perfect timing. So I'm so honored that you've said yes, is what
Well,
I'm trying to say.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm really happy to be here
Yeah.
and to reconnect after all these years.
Thank you. Yeah, one of the things when I think of you, I think of heart coherence. I think of truly, coming in, doing the work and getting yourself so embodied that you can be this heart coherence and this alignment with the frequency of the words, right? Do you want to talk, do you want to start there? I feel like we're going to want to start with your background, but then I would like to
little
bring
bit.
that in real
Yeah.
soon if we can.
So which one do you want to start with? Yes, the foundation of everything that I talk about, that I work with, is the high heart. The high heart connection, which is the eighth morphogenetic chakra. It's not the heart chakra most people are aware of. And it is what I refer to as the central processing unit for your true essence as source energy. And so, yeah, I have always been foundational. How do you operate from this part? And it's not just where it is in the physical, it is literally the mechanism in which the clarity and the wisdom and the connection to who you truly are multidimensionally is housed within your physicality.
How would you say that the high heart communicates, like the pineal gland? Like, is
Well,
that
it
a
is
piece of it?
ever evolving. The
Oh,
high
interesting. I
heart,
just had this question.
it's ever evolving, and we continue to evolve through the light body, which I'm sure many people talk about, but it is the energetic mechanism that then informs, and it informs the biology. It informs what you talk about, the pineal. The pineal and the pituitary are unlocking, continue to evolve. All of your glands, all of your organs were originally designed to be multidimensional. And as we continue through this process of ascension, of awakening, of transformation, it is both a physical, it's much more physical than I think people realize, and a energetic process. And the two work hand in hand together to continue to allow you to perceive, to actually interpret, to actually embody higher wisdom. And we say higher, but it is actually your wisdom.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I like to often think of ourselves as these infinite beings, and that's how we should be operating instead of with our five senses. It's that
Exactly.
being, perceiving, knowing, and
Yeah.
receiving kind of
Yeah.
frequency is
Yeah.
fabulous. Well, I know that we're gonna feel, I feel
Well,
like
because
there's
I know
disruption
you know
because
her, and I know y'all
let's
go
take
way
us
back.
back. Take us back.
Yes, we
To
have lots of new
start at the
people.
beginning. How did you find your spiritual path?
Well, probably before you guys were even born. I had a interesting experience back in 1985 where I slipped into a 5-week coma. There was no injury, there was no accident, there was no anything. It was just the time for me to do that. And I went into a coma for 5 weeks. And during that time, downloaded information and the templates and the architecture to actually bring my work into the world. And so that was a long time ago. That was 1985, you guys, 40 plus years ago, right?
Yes.
And I was 20 at the time, so quite young. And it took several years to actually integrate even the coma experience, about 5 years of that. And then, boom, I've been on a wild ride ever since. And my work continues to evolve. I go, like you say, back in 2012 when so much was happening, 2013, that big
Yeah, that's
marker
right.
point, trigger point. I was very much around in summits, and I've kind of bounced in and out. I kind of go under the radar for long periods of time as I'm working very much quantumly for the collective. And then I bounce back in, and it's time to reconnect. And I'm really glad you invited me back.
Yay.
Can we talk about how we can work quantumly and also talk on this summit at the same time?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Where do you want to take this? I
Oh,
feel like I want to let you lead
there's
this.
so many places we could go.
Well,
So
just know our audiences. We may not have all the best questions, but we are not afraid to go far, deep, wide, and very consciously. So,
excellent.
uh,
So, by the way, I loved the title of this summit, The
oh,
Whispers of Oneness. And one of the biggest things I really focus on, besides the heart coherence, because you're not getting anywhere if that's not in play,
Yes.
but also communication and receiving communication and what that really means and what channel are you tuned into and what frequency is actually clear for you, right? And we continue. I was just, I popped on and I was listening, I believe her name was Allison,
Yes.
talking a bit about this. I work from a very multidimensional quantum perspective. And most of the work that I do is in the larger quantum fields, collective fields, collective architecture. And my humble awareness is we are multidimensional and we are experiencing in the quantum everything in the now moment. This is part of what has come through in the science. Of course, I was talking about this 25, 30 years ago. I love
and
that things
you
are
brave soul. Thank you
well,
for continuing to do that
well,
trailblazing for us.
I remember way back when I used to talk about a download, and I mean,
You were
personal
like,
computers weren't even there yet, right?
Oh, you're
It was
cracking me
like,
up.
seriously,
I
I've
agree.
been
Yes.
around.
Yeah.
So it's really wonderful to watch how everything is progressing and things that I talked about are so mainstream now, right? It's just really beautiful. But I work really with the precipice of the precipice. That's the wrong word. I have a hard time with English language sometimes. But that everything is happening in the now. And as quantum beings, this ascension has to be more than just this awareness of this time stream, awareness of this civilization, awareness of this
Interesting.
particular bodysuit.
Yes.
We are the totality of everything we've played out in what I call the experience of separation and duality. And I from my humble perspective and what I've been working on and what I know and what I've perceived, this experience we all chose to come into. It's been playing out in linear time for millions and millions of years. And we are at a point in the process where we're all back embodied. And what does that
Mm-hmm.
mean? I mean, it means that all of us who set the game into play, and I call it a game. I call it a
Sure, that's
game
totally fine.
because, man, otherwise it's really hard to wrap your human mind around the stuff that we've done. But the game has been going on. The experience of separation and duality, thinking, believing that we are separate, that we are separate from source, that we are not source, that we have to look outside of ourselves for anything. We are fractals of source. And so as we come to this point in the ascension process, which has been thousands, millions of years in process, we're ready to really unlock the container, the way in which we set up to actually experience separation and duality. And so many of us who were part of the original design of how do we do this? What can we do? How can we fool ourselves into thinking that we're not eternal beings that are source like creators and have this experience to figure out what it's like. And all of us who actually put that into play are back embodied on this planet in human form right now. Well, some of them have left recently, so the majority, all back to wrap up the experience and step beyond this particular setup for trying to forget. And
Right.
boy, we did such a brilliant job.
We did.
And oh my God. I continue to be amazed at the brilliance of what we thought of to make us believe
Woo!
that we are anything but source. I mean,
Right.
and
Oh
all
my
the way
gosh.
through the totality of this experience, right? And so it's just such an exciting time to be alive
It is.
and to reawaken to the totality of who you are and what that means. And then to actually bring it all the way down into our physical experience right here, right now. And actually, there's lots of ways to describe it. We're actually embodying our organic nature, our creator selves from within the experience and actually unlocking it. And
Wow.
so it's been a interesting ride, and I love to open up people's minds into more of the totality of who we are, and to actually be able to bring that into the consciousness so that you can work through and come back into a state of wholeness.
Wow.
Because
Yes.
that, to me, is the way to actually embody it through you in wholeness.
You talked a little bit about communication, and one of the things that you brought for us here was, what is higher communication network?
Okay, so we'll go back to the light body in a
Okay.
moment.
Okay.
Okay. But one of the things that is so fascinating, again, is how we, you want to call it the fall, you want to call it whatever you want to call it. People
Sure.
talk about, we're only operating at such and such DNA. Everybody's been talking about DNA activations for ever and ever. But we literally strip down the mechanism in which to perceive clearer communications. And I mean, if you look at the broader picture of that, everything here was manipulated, distorted at some level, right? Since the beginning of the game, this civilization, but way, 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 way back. And now, I mean, all of those have been in play. Everything had been distorted in some perspective so that, it was a better game. How can we remember? Wait, we have to get through the distortions. Wait, let's challenge ourselves even more. And in this day and age now, oh my goodness, the noise, the noise. And it was interesting. Allison was speaking about this, but all of the frequencies. You go back 100 years, we didn't have all of this in the field, and
We did not.
there's a specific reason that's happening right now, right?
Yes.
With all of us being back and with just absolute brilliant beings that are destined to wake up. We feel the call. We know there's more. We know we're here on purpose. But then, wow, what else could we do to keep ourselves locked down? And because we play both sides. That's one of the things I think I really want to bring to the perspective. We've played all sides, every aspect equally. We set this up. There was no way that you had to play both sides, light and dark, good, bad, duality, all of that throughout the spectrum. That's the way we set it up. You had to experience equal on both sides. And so as we come back again at this time, as we're going through this phase, and it is a phase. It's another level of awakening, but man, it's moving. It's moving big. It's moving wide. And we have both sides of it. We have the communication like this. Oh my gosh, we can be together on Zoom, see each other, communicate across the world.
When we didn't have that before.
We
Not when
didn't.
and we definitely didn't have that for talking about these types of things. I remember
Yes.
Or
just
social media.
Oh
right?
my God.
Or social
Well,
media,
and then there's the other side of that.
Yeah.
Oh, all the noise.
yeah.
Everything we're getting bombarded with. So it's really, really important to fine tune your ability to recognize what is distorted and what is, we use the word higher, and I really get
It
tired of
bothers her
that.
too.
I know.
It's
I'm
not
like,
higher.
no, I am it now. And when
Yes.
except for those
And
moments that
she's
I'm not
right.
it.
She's right. But I think for the masses, for what I received from Spirit was like for the masses, for us to be able to talk to everybody.
Perceive it.
It's-
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's still the word that's
And
closest.
it is, right? It's
Yeah.
still, it's a more rarefied frequency, and your body's ability to discern, your body's ability first to receive it, to discern, and then to interpret it, right?
Yeah.
And so there's lots of different, it just depends upon what focal point you want to look at with this. But from just a regular 3D, walking through the world, there's so much that is in the field that is distorted, that is things we didn't even have to deal with 40 years ago, right? When I
Right.
first spoke, it just wasn't part of our reality. It is now. So the ability to upgrade your body, right? And we talk upgrading, meaning its ability to discern, to move through, to decipher the frequency code, the actual harmonic. Is it clear? Is it pure? And then how to interpret it and bring it through into your consciousness. That's what really everything's about, right?
Yes.
It's about embodying here. It's about becoming so clear in your own abilities to see, perceive, and see isn't even, I don't even like, because our eyes are deceiving. We're taking apart, back in bigger quantum, we are taking apart all of the architecture that keeps the green screens, that keeps the reality, the hologram real. So much of what we think is real is just a hologram in the way we perceive it through our mechanisms, right?
I know.
And
Yes.
so as we go through this process of ascension, we are shedding all of those old lenses, and it's not metaphorical.
Yes.
It's more than it's metaphorical, but it's also very physical.
I love that you said that. I think that our experiences are much more physical than we kind of can perceive.
Well, and we make a conclusion. I mean, that's separation in its own right.
Yeah,
Is it
that's true, true,
physical or is it invisible?
True,
Like
true.
there's
Right.
separation right there.
But it's
Right.
okay. So the word sometimes I say it's more tangible than right? I can
right.
experience this just like I can hold a soda.
But
Is how
it's
I think.
also, we separate emotional versus physical. Well, Dr. what DeMartini
Yeah.
basically is like, no, everything is emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like that's how we
and
create.
what I always laugh at, and I laugh at myself and what we set up so often, because not only did we
I
shut
like
down
that.
our abilities, right? We shut down our abilities. We strip down the DNA. It doesn't process the way it was originally
Stripped it
designed.
down.
Well,
It's
we
only two
did.
strands now instead
Yeah,
of
right.
12. Yeah.
And it's like, and then I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
All right,
And
sorry
then
about that.
and then we designed the most extreme emotional body possible.
Hey, hey,
And
Earlier
decided,
too.
let's go play there. Let's go challenge ourselves
that
there
sounds
again.
brilliant.
And it's just like again, I'm in awe. I'm constantly in awe. And the beauty of it is we're constantly evolving. We're constantly moving to the next level of not even perception, but knowing. And it is the knowing. Everybody talks about, and I say this too because we have to work with words. This is how we communicate.
Yes.
Still in this moment,
Yes.
right? Many of us are telepathic, and that keeps coming online. But right now, it's still through words, right? And so I find it really interesting because I am visual, but not in the way most people think visual. My strongest, and what I believe from the center of my high heart, knowing is the clearest form of communication. Your eyes can deceive you, your ears can deceive you, filters, lenses, ways that come through. But that's why the high heart. And I love that you remembered that about me. The heart coherence, because when you really trust your own inner knowing, you are, and one of the things I say over and over, you are your highest authority. Quit giving your authority away to something
Yes.
outside of yourself. And as you continue to strengthen this, which is again, it's a morphogenetic, I always say that wrong, morphogenetic, one of those words, chakras. It's a mechanism within the light body that continues to evolve to allow that knowing to become stronger and stronger. And so the knowing supersedes. Oh, did I hear that from where did that guidance come
Yes.
from? How did I see that? Because so much of what is out there is still quite distorted, and it takes that inner ability to really strip through the noise and the false, and to really hone into that knowing, because man, you all have it. It's just buried. It's buried. It's buried. It's buried, and then it's buried some more. And then we were
Right?
taught to not trust it.
Oh, I
I mean,
know.
you
like
know,
almost like a psyops.
Yeah.
so
Like,
I mean,
wild.
our
You got
parents
this.
went out of their way to be like, it's hocus pocus, crap. My mom hated going to even a chiropractor.
Oh
And
wow.
I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
right?
Right.
It's like, no,
That's so
it's like
funny.
a witch doctor.
Well, and
Chiropractor. It's like, what?
it's so interesting how we 180'd everything. It's just,
Yeah,
I mean, it's wild.
I
It's like,
know.
and as we continue to remember, to have that deep knowing and new levels of awareness come in, it's like, damn, I should have had a V8. What the hell were we
know,
I love
thinking?
you.
And a week later, we forget that we had that V8 and have to have
Exactly.
another one.
Right? It's like, but that's the beauty of it, because when your own inner knowing trumps everything,
Yeah.
that to me is the awakening.
Well, and Spirit really told me that this will be how we will navigate going forward. Like it was basically and I don't even like using significant words, but it was like, it is imperative that you get connected and you teach other people how to get connected, or you get with other people that can show people how to get connected to your knowing, to use your word, so that you can discern, because it's going to get more crazy. And I just said this earlier with all the AI, with how fake everything is, with,
Yeah.
I mean, it's really going to be how we will navigate this next era of humanity.
Yeah. Well, and I have memory of AI wars and takeovers in different systems and
Wow.
all that. So
Mhm.
hello, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, come here quick. Okay, everybody, come on.
Yes.
Let's get here. Let's get here
Yes.
because it is we have how else can I say this? We still continue to give our power away so often and don't even know it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things in this reality, but there's even in the spiritual world where people are still giving their power away. Stop giving your power away. You are your highest authority. You go within, you strengthen
that.
this so that when the information comes through, you can discern and have that whisper of oneness. You know this is truth.
Yes.
And then swish out the rest of it and allow that to guide you, right? And it's fascinating. I love what I do. I've been pretty under the radar for the last few years, and I'm glad to be coming back out a bit
Yay.
again, and really because I've been just really working on different levels, but all of it, all of it, all of it leads right here.
Yeah. Let's talk about how you remove some of those veils for some of those past life remembrances. And I'd also like to see what you perceive that might be going on in the near future.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, first
Or
and
past and a
foremost,
future thing with there's no now moment.
first and foremost, when you actually can step into the awareness and the knowing that everything that has transpired in this experience of separation and duality, we all agreed to, we all signed up for. And as a human, this is really, I hear myself, right? I slap, 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 I hear myself. But there are no victims. We chose to play all the different roles. Now, did it go a little bit deeper than or further than we initially planned? Yeah, right? But everything that has transpired in this game of separation and duality, it is originally all light. And when you can start to recognize that even you, and this is bigger quantum again, so trying to bring this into the now moment here, this lifetime, more than even our grandparents or the parents before that, this particular lifetime and the ascension, from my humble perception, is being able to integrate all particles of our creation, all of our unique signature frequency, all the different roles we have played back into oneness, back into 0 point and wholeness, right? So that requires us to recognize different levels, different bodysuits, different systems in which, damn, we were not the good guys. We were not. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
but we did it brilliantly. And it was part of the plan. When I look at, larger galactic histories, right? One that is probably really more well known would be like the Draconians, because we talk
Okay.
about the Draconians, if I can say it correctly, as a race agreed to come in and hold the templates of the predatory mind. Talk about an act of selflessness
Yeah.
and love that they would be willing. And he played a lot of roles in those particular bodysuits. And how do you love that? How do you know? How do you perceive that and actually bring it into wholeness? How do you love that part of you home? Right? That is truly the essence. And in this particular lifetime, there's a lot of what I refer to as bleed through.
There is.
And stuff that shows up, it's like there's no logical reason for it. Right? There's nothing in the physical that points why this pain should be here going on right now, why this person showed up that I'm like this with, and you have to look beyond this lifetime or even human lifetimes. You need to look at the bigger galactic picture and how we interface and how it's bleeding through as a clue so that you can go back and retrieve those particles of your creation, your unique signature frequency, and bring them back into wholeness. And this, I'm sorry, we've gone out on another
No,
tangent.
it's right here
great.
with you.
It's
Right here
great.
with you.
But, and then it brings it down here. How do we truly love what we consider the perpetrators?
Yes.
Or, right?
Yes.
Wow, talk about mastery.
Yes.
Yes. But
Yeah.
and I've played with this for what it does is if collective we could do this better, it gives us a sense of we now can see each other as beings again,
Yes.
as this roles again,
Yes.
and there could be a level of humanity, compassion that we can extend to each other. And so just by doing a little bit of it each day, I feel like can help each one of us. And the more that does it, then we can all start to be
Right.
living closer in oneness. But
What that brings up is the field's the mirror.
well,
So,
hold on. I wanted to
right?
finish the thought,
Yeah,
but
go for it.
is that yes? And you're right. That you can take it there. Go ahead.
Well, I don't want to if you have something else, but what came up was there is value in those kind of harsh energies so that we can mirror back where we have been that and done that and clear that so that we can move forward as a collective in conscious ascension.
Right.
Right. And, it's interesting because we talk about clear and clearing, and I use this word all the time too. And just to clarify, it is clearing it back into a space of love, seeing
That's
beyond
it.
the
That's it. That was
distortion.
the difference.
that's
Yes.
good.
And I was going to point that out.
And
See
then
how we work as
embodying that.
whisperers.
It's all good. But and then as you bring that back into wholeness and can actually, it expands your capacity for compassion. It can,
That was the word I
it's
used, yeah.
just you see beyond the roles and the experiences back into the organic nature of the soul that came in to play that role. And we
Yeah.
can say that through the totality, right? The roles in this lifetime, but dang, big race roles and different things throughout the whole game.
Yes.
And ultimately, when you think about, just think about a whole, like the human race saying, okay, I'll go in and play the worst of the worst and be the so that we can have this experience. But oh
I
my
say that
gosh,
all
what
the
an
time.
act of love. And
Yeah.
can we get back to that? And can we love that back into wholeness? So, wow, we really
Wow,
got
that was
back
great.
off on a tangent.
Okay,
I love
Sorry.
it.
no, that was
It's
good.
beautiful.
But I still want to know about the future and what you perceive.
Okay, so the future, it's kind of interesting because the only thing that is not, the ascension will happen. It's happening with or without. The only variable is how long, time-wise, it will take, because time only exists within this particular container of separation and duality, right? So the future, I things change so fast. Things are morphing and unlocking so quickly. It's like there's no way in heck I could give you a timeline, because one person waking
She's
up in a
right.
ripple and holding that coherence can change thousands
Yes,
in a
you're
heartbeat.
absolutely right.
And then if others just aren't getting with the ball with the ball game or the program, that could in the perception of time that we're in, could delay things. But ultimately, this is a full multiverse ascension. We focus here on our little human aspects that are down at two-strand DNA, and we're walking through, and we've got the EMFs and the AIs and the beautiful thing and our lives here. But in truth, this is a full ascension, and there's no stopping it. The earth changes that are happening right now. Oh, and I wanted to also, oh man, I don't know if I gave this as the free gift, or not. I know I
We
have it
can
as
figure
the
it
free.
out after, though.
The next one I'm on with you, because I'm coming back next month. I know I have it as
Yay,
the free
okay.
gift, talking about the magnetic fields of the planet. We our energetic field overlays on the planet.
Yeah.
And if you've been watching, and I'm sure you guys have, we've been talking about the Schumann resonance for years and years. The magnetic fields of the planet
I do
are
a Mystic
shifting,
Morning.
right?
Yeah, she does the Mystic
But
Morning
I
show.
Yeah,
have-
the Space Weather News, and I report on that.
And it is
Specifically.
absolutely shifting, and we are unlocking the old magnetics, the binary wave magnetics of the planet. And we can consciously unlock. Our nervous systems are plugged into that because we overlay on the planet. And so you can consciously work to unlock and then plug back in, if you will, into the tri-wave magnetic that is anchoring, which is bringing the higher resonance. That's part of the shift over on the planet, and what holds consciousness. Because consciousness, when I first came in, one of the very first things I heard as I started to wake up 40 years ago was that I was working, and at the time I didn't use the word architecture, but now I understand it is. I was working at the level, the architecture, the grids that actually allowed consciousness to exist.
Wow.
And that was like, what the hell? What the heck does that mean? What are you talking about, right?
Yes.
But now, all these 40 years later, and all the work I've done, I realize that the magnetic field, the earth herself is a beautiful sentient being. She's a dragon 1,000 times over, and I know you guys have touched on dragons, and we could do a whole series just on dragons, right? And what
We
people-
want to. I knew you were a dragon with me.
Yeah, no, I'm a dragon so many thousand times over, it's not even funny, because from where I perceive it, dragon is simply the architecture. It is the light and sound fields that hold creation,
Yes.
that hold the
Interesting.
form.
I sense that too.
So, but we've been working on taking down this game of separation and duality, and the fields that keep that consciousness locked down, and that consciousness at a certain
That
level.
makes sense.
And we've hit another massive marker just in the last 6 weeks again,
Yeah.
of taking apart the architecture that holds that predatory mind, that duality, separation, consciousness, because I work at the really larger fields of what holds that in place. And we are birthing through us, we are birthing through our high heart centers the new reality. And as we can choose and consciously unplug from the binary magnetic, which many people would call the matrix, another word for, there's lots of words,
Yeah.
and consciously move our nervous system to align with the tri-wave, which holds that next level of consciousness.
I got it.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So there's there's
Yes.
physical things.
Totally makes
there's
sense.
there's so many. It's not one thing ever. We are multidimensional in nature. There's multiple things going on all the time. Where we put our focus, we can move between all these different levels, and each one impacts it all. Okay. Whew. Dragons.
Wow.
Yes, we could go there
Yes.
for days.
I'm so excited for our next conversation.
I know. I know.
Like with this, we've just hardly tapped on anything. I watched this TikTok last night, and it was about our pineal gland and it being so electric that a little magnet could even hold there. And then she's like, "Look, if I don't put it
It's
on
not even
my,
a magnet. It's a like a bobby pin.
oh yeah,
I did
I
this
was,
like a long time ago. I
I
remember I
was
did
like,
that.
I did not know that."
We are electromagnetic beings. Period.
The magnet is in you. So
Right, it
anything
just
that you
pulls whatever you
right.
put there.
So
Uh-huh.
so a bobby pin, she put a quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So there I was
So
picking up my child yesterday and I put a quarter on my forehead and I was like,
Love
oh,
it.
of course
oh,
it
that
is.
does work.
Love it. But
I mean, the reason that came up in my weird brain was because we were talking about the grid, and so blueprint. We like there are common words that we hear throughout these shows, and we get also yes
Architect.
that reads architect reads right. There's
Yeah.
gateways and portal.
Oh.
Those words read
right,
right.
right. And just to replant that as well, all of those, they exist at every level. So if you want to talk about the most important Stargate, I'll go right back to it again. That is your high heart. That is your personal
Ah,
Stargate.
Okay.
yes.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
just
Yes.
what level are you looking at it from? Because you can look at all of them, but we fractal down through. And so the more you can activate your light body, which is, again, it is what informs, right? It is the morphogenic fields, it's the light and the sound. I recently just did a complete rebranding. I guess that would be what it was called. Where I used to go by RaquelSpencer.com. It used to be my name. And 18 months ago, I was like, nope, it's gotta take on a whole different codex. And I rebranded to Harmonic Brilliance.
I like
Harmonic
that
being
too.
the sound, brilliance being the light.
Yes.
And it is the sound that informs the
So
light.
juicy.
It is the codes. It
Yes.
is what creates.
Yes.
Right? And so the ability to run the sound, which again is another piece of the communication. One of the really cute things you guys said, oh, I'm only hearing her through the left. Because the higher communication, the 10th morphogenetic chakra in our chakra system, which is how far up is it? Swoosh. It's right there. 6 to 8 inches, above our head. It is out of the physical body, but it is part of the light body. It is a part of your light body mechanism that informs and comes down the left side of your body, down through the down into the high heart, up through the communication center. So I thought it was just so cute when you both said, I can only hear her on the left. I can only hear her on the left. That's because the part of this light, but this piece of higher communication architecture coming into your own light body and activating actually comes through the left side. That was so cute. I was just giggling.
I had this question that floated in my head. I don't know why these questions float in my head for some odd, really cool
it.
reason. I do. I was thinking about the right and brain hemispheres, and then I was thinking about coherence, and then I was thinking about heart-brain coherence, and I was like, okay, if I'm syncing my left and right brain, and one can, and I was thinking about them two having their own identities, right? Like one, right?
More
Like them not
levels
even
of
knowing each other up
separation.
here.
Separation is how we separated
Yes.
the brain and
Yes.
put it into predatory mind.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
I have lots of thoughts on that.
Well,
We could
they've
do
even
another.
severed the
Yeah, no,
people's
we
brains and stuff,
absolutely.
right?
So,
And part
s-
of
I
it.
guess, yeah, I wanted to see it.
We have-
There is a lot that continues to unlock.
Okay.
And the way that our brain was originally designed, and again, we're operating at 2-strand DNA. And I know there's a lot of people talking about, DNA activations, and now we haven't actually unlocked the libraries and the codex for the DNA to actually, we're not there yet. It's close, but we're not there yet. But our bodies will continue to shift and morph. We're coming out of the carbon base. We're going into the crystalline. Again, that's not a metaphor either. That's actual truth as well. And you say these things and then you realize what you've been saying all along is like, holy, I mean the actual
Yes,
particles.
I know what you mean.
But the left and right brain hemispheres were never designed to work that way. And so it is an evolution coming back. First and foremost, working with what we have right now, understanding how they have been split to keep us in separation.
Okay.
And then, right, as we continue to unlock the pineal, the pituitary, the hypothalamus, all of our organs, all of our glands, as those and it's a process.
Yeah.
I mean, in this dense, we're still operating right now. I know a lot of people, I'm in 5D consciousness. We still exist at the first harmonic universe. We are still in what is considered 3D. We are still in a carbon-based biology. But as we continue to unlock, that biology shifts. That's why the physical is absolutely as important as the spiritual, right? But as that happens, as the light body comes more online, and you actually, that is again the instruction sets that inform the body how to let's leave it at that, how to anything, right?
Yeah.
And the higher communication is part of your light body mechanics, again mechanics, to allow you to be able to perceive from here, not so much the mental. I'm not saying the intelligence that comes from here is the heart coherent intelligence. When you try to only run it through the brain, you're just getting, you're not getting the heart
Right.
intelligence with it. It's a different kind of intelligence. It's
Yeah.
actual wisdom versus data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And so as this all continues to come online, your ability to think, literally get your intelligence moving through this, because it's your central processing unit for your true essence. It's your Stargate, it's your central processing unit, it's so many things. It just matters on where you're looking at it, right? So as you bring the higher communication light body online, it allows you to bring that sound and light codes, the more refined, less distorted frequencies through your energetic system, through the biology, to be able to discern and hear, and I say that here, it's not here, it's a knowing.
Yeah.
Have
Yep,
the
yep, yep.
knowing that is clear. And then it helps you to continue to move away all of the distortions.
Yeah, I like
But
that you
it's-
use distortions instead of clearing.
Instead of noise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
noise or constructs or whatever everyone else says, inventions, or it's another one. One of the things that brought up was one night I woke up, I don't remember if I dreamed this or where it came from, and I had this like, wow, where am I listening to from my body,
Oh, I love
right?
that. I
Yay.
love that.
Yeah. And I don't know, it wasn't very much more than that, but I was like, but wait, wherever I listen to it say it, it then, pung in my head. So then it does come from my brain initially, even if the thought doesn't belong to me,
Right.
right?
Well, in the brain, I talk about the wisdom and living from your high heart. It is a reorientation. It's just a reorient. It's not that we don't use of course we have to use the brain, but it's a reorientation of what leads you in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
And it's an empowering place, which I always like to remind people, like, there might be a
Yes,
lot going on, but we are really, truly, truly empowered. And we have everything that we need right here, right here.
yes.
Yeah.
And it's just all the overlays and all the different lenses that we put in place to make us forget that we are truly source, and we're continuing to refine the mechanism, the body, the temple, the system in which we perceive consciousness.
Yeah. I want to talk to you about, I know we're getting a little close on time, but next week we're bringing back one of our dear friends that talks about belief systems. And I mean, I know like my belief system wouldn't allow, somebody once said, I went to a field, with these other conscious beings and we activated the field and it was dead and it, in a few months it was alive again. And my brain goes back into like, no, that was probably just it wasn't watered at the time and then it got water, like I'd make up a whole story back there. And the reason I bring this up is because there are levels of belief systems that we have to go through to start to hear with different ears and see with different eyes and receive. Like,
Absolutely.
is that what you
Absolutely.
call veils being released? Like,
Gates.
yeah,
Yes,
how do you,
that's veils are a good way.
okay.
Lenses of perception.
Uh-huh.
Parts of a lot of it too is, again, how can I say this? We're hooking back up
Yes.
the mechanisms that allow for deeper wisdom, our own wisdom, to actually run through our systems. They've been, talk about the DNA coming down. We sliced and diced and brought it down to mere functionality, right? And so, yes, there are so many different belief systems that have been built into the game
Yeah.
to keep us small, to
Yes.
keep us
Yeah.
from remembering. Why would we do this? Well, in a bigger game, those in power don't like to give it up. Right? And there's so many different levels we could go on with that. But
Yeah.
realizing that we are our highest authority, that we have everything within, that nothing outside of us, how can I say this? Quit looking for permission. Quit giving your power away. Quit believing that the only way through. And I know this is, we've built a lot of things that we've given our power away to. Mechanisms, belief systems, institutions, ideal structures that are all unraveling so that you can come back to the truth that you always were your highest authority. You always, and when you continue to refine the mechanism in which all of these come through, all your belief systems, all of these different experiences come through, when this continues to awaken, to evolve, to come back online, all words that work, right? Your ability to discern the truth strengthens. And that's really where, that's the end of it all, right?
Yes.
When you really begin to realize you are the field. Everything you're doing, and birthing, again, we're birthing the new, we talk about new earth. We talk about, the new way of being. It's not out there. I used to love, people would come on, well, the other earth, the split earth that we're going to go to. And I'm like, everything is right here. There is no, but it's a perception and it's a belief.
Yes.
And it helps people try to wrap their minds around, but then you have to let that go again and realize, oh, wait, everything is within. And it's the shift in the perception, right?
Yeah.
Though there are those of us who are living in a very different reality. You're living in a very
Yes.
different reality than your neighbors across the street.
Truth.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
That's become
we
very
are aware of that.
Yeah.
We are grateful for
Right.
that too.
Well, exactly. And it's all happening right here and right now. And it's just your matter of how you perceive, how you discern, how you live your life,
Do
how
you decide to get
empowered
out a
you are.
podcast and
Yeah.
learn?
And learn all
Right.
day long.
Yeah. And learn to again, back to what you did this summit, to bring that whisper
Yes.
of
Yeah.
deeper knowing inside that resonates.
Mm-hmm.
And it is strengthen, 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 strengthen. And then all of the learning, you can pick the pieces and the jewels out of it that are the truth nuggets and let the rest go
Yes.
Yes, yes.
because it's all entangled. Right?
Yeah. The
So-
the comments on the chat are beautiful. You're like brilliant. And that's how I read them. That's how I feel inside.
Yeah, it's like
Brilliant.
in more ways than one, two sides. I
Yeah,
love it. I
two
love it.
sides.
Yeah.
That polarity.
The polarity, the polarity. Oh man, we did such a good job. You have to really,
Yeah,
I know a
honor
lot of
it.
us get frustrated, but we have to look at the brilliance of the design.
I
Man,
know.
we really did it well. what one of us didn't think of, the other did. I mean, it's like,
Apparently.
oh wait, what if we do this? No, let's strip. Oh, let's put that belief system in. Oh, let's make them give their power away to something outside of themselves, or even the
And let's
false
make them judge everything.
Yeah,
Like every single thing. Was it good? Was it bad?
and themselves the most.
The most, right?
Oh my gosh. I'm not
Oh
good enough.
my
I'm not.
gosh.
Oh my.
Joke's on us.
Oh, isn't it though? And then when you
Oh.
can see that, you can love it back
Yes.
into wholeness
Yes.
so much
Oh my
more.
goodness.
Yes.
Right?
Somebody laughs on the chat right now.
It's like it's just waking up and remembering. That's
Yes.
it. So,
Mhm.
but the
Yeah.
higher communication, it's important because it allows you to have your own knowing.
Mhm.
There it is right there again. Yes.
Yep. I wanted to give you a chance to share your special offer and we can keep talking
Okay.
for a few more minutes after.
It
I just
is-
felt like it's getting to the point
Yeah.
where I have to say
It-
that.
It is all about connecting up that infrastructure in your light body. I am, that's a lot of my work, is reconnecting the different, and the light body is so intricate. Oh my gosh, there's so many layers and levels. It blows my mind all the time. But I put
Wow.
together this special offer. It is helping you to reconnect your light body structures that are your sapphire star. I didn't name it. At least I don't know that I named it. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
And it is a part of your morphogenetic chakras system.
It's beautiful.
And it literally works through the mechanisms, through the pineal, down through the left, into the heart, back up. And it's active. It's bringing this more online. And again, it's not really teaching you anything. It's helping you to ignite your own light body so you can get your own knowing and wisdom. That's
Wow.
the biggest thing that I am really about is empowering you to be your highest authority. You know your truth. So there's 7, I did it as a 7-day series. You can take as long as you need to. Sometimes people can only do one activation every couple of days, right? But it is a series of light body activations that help bring that architecture. Yeah, love that one too. We could talk about that one for a whole nother thing as
Those
well.
blueprints.
Blueprint, yeah, the blueprints, the codes, because most of us here who are really awakening right now, that are on the forefront of consciousness, we are here not only, this is a collective ascension,
Yes.
and we all hold unique keys and codes and
We do.
templates to assist with the totality of consciousness reawakening, right? And we all, we're all unique and we're all one. And so it works through opening this up and then also helping you to activate anything you hold in the larger containers, the larger collective fields that assist everyone who's ready. So 7 days, 7 hours worth of high frequency light body activations. There is a explanation, right, of what is transpiring. You read and then you go in and you receive at the highest level you can. Clearing inverted indigo and violet frequencies is the first one because many people have been calling in the violet flame for clearing for decades. That was a very distorted frequency band
Oh, wow.
that is ready to unlock, right? So that we can get a purer receiving of that frequency.
Yeah.
It works on the axonal, the organs, the glands. I'm always working with upgrading your organs and glands to operate at a multidimensional level, right? Talking about the 60, 70, and 90 rays. Again, we're going back to purifying the frequency of those rays from the distorted, right? Because again, yes, connection to the hypothalamus gland, restabilizing that configuration, working on your nervous system. And I'm talking about the light instruction codes that allow the nervous system to evolve, to be able to run the higher frequencies through your body.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So that's always a big focus of mine. And then if you keep going down, it just keeps building and building and building, activating the keys and the blueprints and the codes that you hold for the collective, whatever that is. I don't know what your specific one. I'm not.
We all have our
Right,
own.
we all have our
Yes.
own as a collective. We're all in this together.
Yes.
We're all in this together, right? So helping you to actually activate that for the larger collective and then to stabilize this in and really ignite it through your own light body architecture. And so it's 7 days. You take 14 to do it, 21 to do it, whatever feels aligned. You are your highest authority. You know what your body needs. It is very high frequency work. So I always recommend people doing it right before bed so they can go in and process. There's also one of the things I brought with it because a lot of people don't understand the morphogenetic chakras. They're not even, aren't even aware that they're there, right?
Yeah.
And so I break that down. I give you a brief overview where they are, what they are, how they play into the overall light body. And again, the light body continues. This is, and let me just state this. I want to be very clear. The process of awakening and activating your light body is a natural one. Everyone at some point, it will happen.
Yeah.
We're not leaving. One of the things about this being a collective ascension, there is not a single particle of creation we are leaving behind. Everything is coming. The only variable is how long it's going to take. And so what this does is it simply accelerates the natural process to help you bring it online quicker. That's all.
And with greater ease, probably, so there's less
Ease,
suffering along the
grace,
way.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it doesn't take as long. You can actually, you can go back and the brilliance, and I didn't realize this in the beginning, but wow. It will always meet you where you're at. So you might do this right now.
Yeah.
If you pull it back up 6 months from now, it will meet you where you're at in
Yes.
that now moment and upgrade you even more, right?
Yes.
So we are constantly reawakening, re-evolving, activating higher mechanisms for us to embody our truth.
Wow.
So, but that is
Thank
the
you.
offer.
That's
Again,
neat.
it's 7 days of an hour each. This isn't a 20-minute or it is
Yeah.
deep light body architecture assistance that allows you to bring that more online, which again brings your own awareness into a more functional mechanism to
Fabulous.
discern and hear the higher truths.
If you guys are looking for the offer, you can find it at houthustle.com/live. It's houthustle.com/live for the speaker offer and all speaker offers. Wow. I I wish we had another hour to talk because I feel like there's a.
We booked one,
I
she
know we did, but
said.
we gotta wait a month. Gotta
Thank
wait
you
a month, and you guys are invited to the talk show right now,
Yes.
right here, right?
Thank you so much for having
My
me on.
goodness. Thank you.
She told me a lot about you, and I don't think her words did it justice because
Well, it's
I have truly enjoyed this time with you today.
Well, thank you.
yes.
Thank
Well,
you,
and
thank you.
you know, it's mostly I go by that frequency. I bring on a lot of people that I've listened to, and then I'm like,
You
okay,
follow the
my
energies.
my and my heart goes, "Rah, yes,
Yeah.
and I follow that,
Right,
and
right.
that's how I choose, and we create these lineups, right? Because
Well,
it's just, yeah.
I'm honored. Thank you
Well,
so
thank
much
you. My
for
goodness, I'm
remembering
honored.
me and allowing me to come back into the field, into the awareness,
Yay.
and back into the conversations because they're
Yes,
important.
yes. Oh
important.
my goodness,
Any parting
so
words for us today?
Be kind to yourself.
That's a great one.
yeah.
Because when you're kind to yourself, you can be kind to others. We never know exactly what the other person is walking through, what they've experienced. Compassion is so key in really
Yes.
loving yourself and everyone back into wholeness. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
yeah.
We'll see you in a month.
Okay.
Have a great day. Thank you, Raquel.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
I didn't get to read her some of her comments because we're moving so quickly.
You guys, just a couple announcements. We have, one last call. We're drawing at the end. If you want to put your name in the hat
For a session
for,
with
for a session with Lianka or me, you choose. If we draw your name, all you need to do is comment on social media, screenshot it, and send it to us at team@houthustle if you want a session with either of us and you want to be a part of the game. If you just want to contribute, we would love if we wouldn't have to bribe you to post something on social media and just to kind of carry the conversation beyond our little inner group here. I know that we have that inner circle that's free, and thank you. It was hopping last night. So please join our free community. It's an app, and we have it linked right under this video on the live page if you would like to join our free community.
and the URL, if you're not finding it, it's community.houthustle.com.
Great.
And that'll send you there.
Can you talk? Can I use the
Yeah, go ahead.
facilities? Okay, great.
Yes. I also want to remind you, and I brought this up a little bit earlier when someone said, this is so much information, I'm gonna have to listen to the replays. Well, we have an opportunity for, of course, the replays are going to stay up for another 7 days, but we do have the opportunity for you to get the VIP. So if you want to upgrade to VIP, we want to make sure that you know that all of this work builds upon each other. And so we give you access to not only this summit, but all the summits from before. We've done 7 and all the future summits that we're gonna do. So once you upgrade, you're always upgraded. And so that's the beautiful thing about that. It's just $97 and then you get all the summits, all the information. And one of the good things that she even earlier today said that when you go back and listen to some of the information and you could have been totally present, you could have been, I get it, I get it, I get it. And right now I feel like I get it. I promise you, when I go back, and I promise you too, when I go back and listen to some of these replays, or we're editing them again, or we're gonna do another series and we're working with the stuff we had before, I always have something that lands in a new perspective. And it's because we are continually to move through this spiritual journey that we're on. And so like what spirit tells me is that the way in which that we traverse this is how we approach the things. And so what my heart might be receiving right now may not be ready to receive a couple more things that we're in all this previous summit, right? And now when I've integrated after I go and take my integration naps each night and I let some time go by and life happen and some more upgrades in my life, I'll go back and listen to the replays or I'll go back and listen to an interview that I'm like, oh, I want to catch that again. I swear, I'm like, what? It's just you hear it with new ears and more information lands. In fact, Allison alluded to this when she talked about the other gentleman, the guru who I forgot what exactly his name is, but it's in the chat. And she said that, you know, he says that he'll be talking, but he's just there to entertain. You are the ones that are doing the upgrading, and so you are then able to receive the information in a different way. That'll be the same way for you when you go to do, many of you will go to do when you start to work with other people, because many of you will. I know that for sure. I know that Deborah will. I know that there are a lot of people on here that have been guided to start working and sharing the information that you're learning. And so that's really a really cool place to be. And again, we want to support you with that. And we always said that we were going to have a free resource in the summits and in our daily, bi-weekly talk show. Actually, bi-weekly means every other week. Our twice a week talk show, which is on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. Pacific, and in on our community. So you can get joined in there. You can meet some other people. I encourage you guys to get to know each other because sometimes this is the only place where we get to have some of these really woo conversations.
And
And
definitely,
until our families get up to woo with us, then you know I know, up to woo with this. You like that?
I do like that.
I do like that too. Until our families get up to woo with us, sometimes we have to be that for each other, and they will. They'll eventually get there. But it's nice to know that we're not alone in some of our experiences.
I wanted to talk about next week, please. Next week, on Tuesday, we have Tim Scher on, who I tried to get in the summit and then he couldn't make the time. So I want you guys to really feel like we're just extending the summit for you so that we could bring him on as well.
Yeah,
And you can join us live next Tuesday. And it's just 1 hour, but it would be the same format. And then on Thursday,
Thursday.
guess what we're doing, Leonka?
What are we doing? Tell them what we're doing.
We're doing a whole closing
I
ceremony
love it.
for our speakers so that we can really bring back some of our jolt awake moments from
Of this
this summit
series.
right away. And then you won't have to wait until the jolt awake for
Next
the
time.
next
I
time.
love it so much.
Yes, and we will also introduce you to our inner circle and open the gateway and portals so that you can run and join us behind the scenes
I like
if
your
you're called.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like that you said run. Right. Yeah.
Run. I feel like when my dad, he had a massive heart attack,
Oh.
and my sister and I, he was just a very Christian man. And we were like, you know what? I bet that was his doorway, and he just had to run into the light.
Beautiful.
Right?
That's so
And it's
beautiful.
truly that we sensed that, both of us,
I
that
bet.
he wasn't like, ah, fuck it, it's a light. I'm gonna try to live.
Oh,
He
he
was
was
almost
happy to be
80.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
I love
lived a
that.
great life and it was perfect. And that was the way he wanted to go out. And he actually even like planned it. It's kind of awesome. Yeah, so we've got 2 more minutes here. I wanted to remind you that on that live dashboard page, we have two of our older programs and some coupon codes with that. So if you would like to experience our work and especially some of my work with the channeling of the Arcturian dragons is one. And the other one is a course that I did that I just had to manage my own head noise. And so, in managing my head noise, I made y'all a course, and it's a really great course. It's 10 modules, and each module has 3 audios, one that has a sort of an awakening message, and then it has a message plus white noise, plus just the transmission with white noise. And It's just a different way to experience this work to grow. If you want to look at that's called Be Magic, Clear the Noise. If you want to check it out, it's on the live dashboard, just like all the other speakers. We have them big and bold at the top there. This is the first time that we've tried to even put in some of those older products during a summit, so we don't even know how to communicate them. Yeah, I hope that you
Lovely.
guys just knowing us, you understand, we're here to do whatever we can to help you grow and to grow fast.
There we go.
Because I am tired of doing this slow stuff. It's too slow.
I know. We need
It's like
help.
now, this time and space, everything is going so fast. All
I think you
right, we're right on top of the hour. I'm gonna stop the recording so you all can go crazy. Um, okay, so we're offline right now.
well,
Do
Hi,
something
ladies.
crazy.
Hi, ladies.
you moved
Hi,
to
hi,
Jeanette?
Ellen.
side.
Hi,
Yeah,
Ellen.
I'm here. I'm here. Yeah.
Can you, yeah, I just wanna,
There we go.
I think you're good with your mic system. Let me add you up. Ugh. Now, Leonka, I think moved the camera just a little bit.
Oh,
I don't know, because now I don't have an arm in here anymore. That's it. That's all. Yeah.
Hi,
Thank you.
ladies. Just so you know, I'm here.
Now you don't have an arm in.
Oh,
we got to make sure it looks good for the recording, y'all.
Hold on. Since we're offline. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's probably good enough.
All right.
Ella, so excited you're back. Well, they're rearranging their arms.
Yay. There are.
hi, guys.
Hi, Ella. Oh my goodness.
Do you want- Okay,
I'm so
so
glad you're back too.
I'm just thrilled to be here. I even see some of the familiar names in the audience. Audience, the new age audience on Zoom.
All
Oh,
right, here
I'm
we go.
here.
You ready?
Yes.
Are you
Okay.
ready, Ella?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay.
Am I in the main screen?
Bye.
Yeah.
Yes.
It flips back
Yeah,
and forth when you
Oh,
talk.
I see.
we're both pinned. We're pinned, but it
Got
flips.
Oh,
Yeah.
that doesn't look like I'm pinned, but okay.
Oh, well, no, you're pinned
No.
because you'd
Okay,
be up
perfect.
top and with
You're
my
pinned
view.
on
That's
our
right.
side, so you can pin yourself on your side so that you can see what we see. But you
Oh,
are pinned on our side.
I'd love that. Hold
Yeah.
on. So do I click on add pin?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had somebody
That's
else
much
be like, I
better.
don't think I'm pinned because he ran most of his Zoom shows. So that's why he didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's good that we know that now.
Okay.
Okay, great.
First thing is always how's the hair? Okay. All
Yeah,
Right?
right.
All right.
Here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jeneth Blacker.
And I'm Leonka Reyna,
This is the Hustle Mystic Morning Show.
your community go-to for woo.
We are starting off right now with Ella, and I'm just going to say Ella holds a presence of just Ella. She's a multidimensional channel. She used to be called a medical intuitive, but now she's far greater than that. No,
She's involved.
she's humbly evolved. And it's just an honor to have you back, Ella.
Thank you so much. It's just so great to be here amongst you and look at your audience. Wow,
I
I
know,
just
it's
feel
too
so
fun.
much joy. Like I sense energy. It's very joyous. I don't know who was on before but it just seems to be somebody revved up the group to be very
Oh.
in the spirit. That's what I'm feeling.
I
So
feel like our
thank you.
community always emits this goodness.
Yep.
There we have a really loving. I always tell speakers when we're talking to them before they come on the show, and I'm trying to book their dates and learn about them. I always tell speakers that our audience is kind of the Navy SEALs of consciousness. They're not afraid to go there, even though we have different questions. And we really have this community of like no judgment, lots of love. We're all on our own spiritual journey and we recognize that. And so they really bring that to the chat and we're so blessed by that. So I just think
Yeah.
that maybe you're picking up on
Yeah,
that too.
I really feel it. Like I feel this warmth.
Yay.
Yeah, so thank you. Thank you for your presence. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to. I want you to share just a brief little bit about your work and how some of this started to come through. And
Mhm.
and then I want to leap off our last conversation, just kind of go for it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And I actually have something planned
Okay.
also
Oh,
to
Oh,
great.
okay.
I
Well,
contribute
love
that's even
that.
for
better.
people. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Uh, gosh, my journey, I feel like it's been a lifelong journey. I will say, some people call it the interception when you're finally told like you either step into this or you continue with this human um doing what you're doing in this human realm. And I'll admit, I think it's important to admit this because I think a lot of people say this was so easy, but I have to say I was kind of taken a little bit kicking and saying no, screaming like, so it wasn't a natural progression, so there is a loss of the old identity. I don't know how else to I've been getting really emotional because Divine's been working on me. So if I get verklempt throughout the show, I've just been at spur of the moments, just getting emotional these days.
Mm.
Something happened around 8/8, 8/12. So I'm
Sorry.
still recalibrating. So bear with me. And basically, Divine, my team, there is a galactic presence that's always with me that like said, this is now. You either take this step or you continue. Like you can't really do both. Well, you can't. No, you can't. Yeah, they said you can't. I mean, I'd like to think I could do it all, because I was a school teacher in my past life, and I lived all over the world. So I had a very different upbringing as well. So I feel like I had to really go through a human experience. So I did go through the foster care system.
Wow.
I lived in like nine different countries before I was before I was even in high school. So I feel in fact, I heard somebody say this and it felt so validating to me. It's like, how did I go through that? And then this is my mission. But it was,
Yeah.
but I think it really was important because of the work that I do and the compassion that I am asked to hold. And of course, now that I'm living completely with the divine, which is a complete surrender, I kind of have to not say I have to know the human experience and the struggles and what they have to go through, because obviously I had to go through it. But I had to just let me get the right word for this. It was the lessons, but also to understand the human fragility, the human capacity to rise, the human magic, seeing everybody's spirit, no matter where they're at. And even though divine works through me, I still feel divine saying I'm not wrong, that my life allows me to see anybody that comes to me
Yeah.
in this human, compassionate love, like their essence. The stories, the identities, the attachments will help, but we still see beyond that. Does that make sense?
Yes. In fact, my mother was a drug addict. My father was a drug dealer when I was younger. They were young. And luckily, I was raised by my grandparents, but I did live with them for a long time and I saw things that probably most kids shouldn't. Although I also know I came in to be joy. Like I was just a happy kid nonetheless. And I knew that I just had this other thing to be. But I also know that I went through that so that I could have this level of compassion and that also now because I'm sitting here, right? And also so that I others could receive from me, I guess, because it was hard for me to receive from when I was trying to get sober on my own self. It was hard for me to receive from those who hadn't gone through my plight. And so now that I can sit here with this experience and having come through the other side about a lot of things, I feel like others can receive in that way too, or maybe see themselves in that way. So when you were saying that, my heart resonated with you.
Hmm.
100%. So wow, Yes, 100%. And we are, in
Wow.
some ways, we are mirroring back to the people in front of us. So I'm not just helping people with any words. In fact, I use even less words now. I'm just clearing programs and identities and trauma and nervous system things. There's actually even less talking, less storytelling. We're dissolving the ego. We're really now, I'm not entertaining the ego as much for, definitely not for myself, but
Yeah.
not for others either. And so this is where the big shifts happen when we
Mhm.
stop going into the identities and into the stories. And going back to your first thing, that is what I work with. So I work with DNA reconstruction, recoding. I work with the structural identity, but also the nervous system coherence and ascension. And then there's the blueprint activation. So basically, and it has to be slow because the consciousness is your greatest loop. So the consciousness can only, and I guess people call it the consciousness would melt if we did it too fast. And I still don't really fully understand, but I don't think we want to understand. So
Mhm.
basically helping people move out of their identities, their stories, they're looking for evidence, they're not believing, and all of the identity. It goes down to the identity loop. All of it lands into an identity loop that just keeps spiraling, right?
Mhm.
Even, dare I say, people that go one healer to another healer and nothing's shifting.
Or
And
they're concluding that nothing is
that's
shifting,
right.
Very true.
so nothing gets acknowledged and shifted, which I
That's
think
true.
is a big thing
That
going
is
on these
true.
days too. They're like, do it to
Thank
me.
you. Yeah. Thank you for
Yeah.
that, not correction, but thank you for that add-on.
Clarification. Yeah.
Because yes, they created the shifts. You are correct. And then the person leaves and it goes, oh, well, then a few days later, they start to look for the evidence or they start to
Hmm.
observe. It's like, oh, the pain is still there. They're back to the identification and then it's back to the identity loop.
I call that
So
reference points. Yeah.
thank you for that add-on. That is what I meant.
And I
Yeah.
call it shopping for the old
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Like that
Shopping,
people go put that right back in their shopping cart and
right?
go shopping for it again.
Yep. They're
That's
like, but this
right.
doesn't feel familiar to
Well, that's what
me.
Spirit showed it to me it as. I was like, oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I do. And I work with people either for health issues or spiritual gifts or soul ascension.
Hmm.
And today I'm actually going to do something. It's funny you mentioned receiving. It's almost like you got into my head, Jeanette,
I
because
feel
I'm
like
actually
I'm
going to,
kind of one with you right now. It's kind of cool.
yeah. So I'm going to be activating everybody's receiving hand
Yay.
Hmm.
after a frequency, aligning people with the frequency of abundance.
Ooh.
Um, so that will come a little when you guys say you guys
Yeah.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah. When I tap into you, I get, a real awareness that you're really doing this on lots of realms, lots of dimensions, lots of realities, all at one time, which, can seem, a lot for just the mere mortal being. When you tap into other beings, what do you sense about them?
It's so interesting that you're bringing this up because, for example, I'll let you know that I do have an Arcturian that helps me, but it's not really, it's actually me in another dimension.
Yes.
Yes, well, that's what I get about mine too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's what I get
And
about.
then there are the galactic realms, and even my tongue is different. But what it's funny, I was listening a little bit to your last conversation, and I was so happy with a few of the things that she was saying.
Mm.
So I can't remember her name. Uh,
Raquel.
thank you, Raquel. Even naming the guides that are doing my tongue or all my whole galactic creates a distortion.
Yes.
So everything in my work and the divine, I don't want to say coaches me, but they work on me even when I sleep, is to bring purity. And in purity, the stories, even some of the names don't matter. In fact, they create the distortion itself.
Hmm.
So I just allow.
Yes.
But yes, I do work multidimensionally. And that's the other thing why, and to go, I want to go back to why I don't use the word medical intuitive anymore.
Mhm.
Please know that if it's you, I have nothing against that word. The reason why I've changed myself to a divine transformational architect is because I'm not really just looking at the liver. I'm not just looking at the blood. I'm actually seeing. I'm actually seeing and not seeing at the same time.
Mhm.
And I let go. I just see what they want me to see to work on, but then there's so much more that is going on. So it's really important to know that I'm actually I'm doing the work in that they're telling me what's important and relevant to say to the person that I'm working on, and that's it.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel really honored. I'm in awe. I think every moment of every day.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so
Let's demonstrate some of your work. I know that you
oh
came with something. Do you want to start there? And I mean, can we do some scans in a little bit too?
yeah.
Okay.
I want to say a little bit what I'm gonna do for people. So I work also with frequency and I help people elevate, ascend their frequency, which is really recoding their DNA. Because as you know, and I'm sure everybody here knows that one and two strand DNA that people live with is primal, it's survival, it's the fear. And that as long as we're in that, it's really hard to move to any kind of frequency of abundance. But you can come to me and say, Ella, I want $1 million. And I'm going to say to you, your consciousness is not even closely aligned with that. There's no frequency of alignment. And this is where when we work on the programs, whether they're on the causal level, whether it's coded in your DNA from the ancestors, whether it's the programming, you grew up with a narcissist where love was conditional. And this is the key. If your heart is not open, how are you going to let money in? Because money is love, money is energy. So there's a lot about this. So what I'll be working with people today is the frequency of abundance and really conscious experiencing what abundance is. So consciousness, the way you can start to make consciousness understand and connect to the higher frequency of what I'm activating within you is to start to visualize the experience of you doing it. So focus on what you're becoming so you don't move back into the narrative, into the stories, into the lack, which is actually your comfort place of the habitual, all layers of you. So today I'll be connecting you and activating within you the frequency of abundance. Now, this is the other part that I want to say because I work a lot with healers and all sorts of people. It's hard to take action for sure, but do as you're told. That's what divine tells me. Do as you're told, but it's from your actions that your consciousness starts to connect and shift. Does this make sense? You can ask for any
Sometimes
clarification.
I would have to agree. Sometimes I don't agree. Um,
Please.
I actually do think that we can move things energetically in the field until action is required.
Oh, of
If that
course. So yeah,
right.
I'm stabilizing the frequency of abundance in them and I'm
Hmm.
helping them experience it in their mind. But then once they're aligned, it's that action step.
Okay.
Yes.
So aligned action at
But
that
then
point.
it's
Go ahead,
fun
Jen.
action usually.
Right. It's
It's like
what we call
out hustle.
yes, redefined. Yeah. It's more of a flow, a
Yeah.
dance.
A
Flow.
dance, a flow. Yes. That's
There's a dance in the flow, but it is uncomfortable,
it
there,
can
It can
be.
be.
right? So it's expansion does happen in discomfort, and we stay in our stories and our wounds and whatever the reason why we're hiding or not moving forward. Taking that steps, taking that steps helps all of you integrate and move into that frequency.
I agree with that.
this is what divine tells me. And this is what I work with. But I want to go back, is that we are preparing the field. We are stabilizing the nervous system at that higher frequency. We are, first we're clearing from the body, mind, heart. Then there's the timeline purification. And then wherever the consciousness is, where we can bring the timeline to. And then it is, the identity loops and the trauma imprints and the nervous system. And then we stabilize all that. Then we bring it to the blueprint. So it's almost like, here's your perfect package. Now, take whatever step it is. It doesn't have to be a big step. It could be one of my clients, she didn't even have a newsletter thing. So she said, okay, I'm going to start my newsletter. I'm going to send my newsletter to the 5 people.
Yeah.
This is the healer that I work with, say.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how it begins. But
Mm-hmm.
but to your acknowledgement, though, the impossible is very much possible. This very same person, she did one of my sessions. She has no newsletters, no real website. She just sends emails to the people that she does the free healing groups. And she only wants to work with people that want 1 year commitment.
Yeah.
So then she emails me 12 days later after the show, and 2 people have signed up for the 1 year.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
there's our little compromise here that it
Yeah.
does
Well, but the
absolutely
newsletter
happen.
didn't have to be done by her either. It could have
Hmm.
just been like this business is asking for a newsletter.
Hmm.
Who can help me create a
That's the call to
newsletter?
action, though, right? That's
Oh, I
it.
see what you're
She
saying.
didn't even
She put
take the
something in
action
place.
yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was
but
more.
she was
Hmm.
already, so we did align her, and this is the thing.
Oh, there's also that.
She was
Okay.
able to keep her consciousness in that stable
Hmm.
frequency.
That
Oh, I
makes
get
sense.
goosebumps
Yes. Oh my
because
goodness,
That makes
right? That's
sense.
she's
exactly
a
how it
powerful
works.
healer. So she
Hmm.
was able to keep her frequency at that level to manifest that without the newsletter.
It makes sense.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Yes, totally.
Okay, so
It's
there we
like,
can clear.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people that make magic out of nothing.
oh,
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Divine actually sometimes tells me, Ella, it's time to make the impossible possible. And I'm not like I'm
Yeah.
all for that. Please don't get me wrong. I am all
Hmm.
for that. But then, we do also have to live in this world and I mean, I know even powerful people that have systems in place and are taking this stuff. And I can promise you, no matter how confident they look, and no matter how powerful they are, there were steps that were not comfortable. In fact,
Hmm.
I
Yeah, I
know
agree.
firsthand that that is the case. And and also, when I just started my membership, it was very like, my eyes like, what? And I just do as I'm told.
So
Now I
yes, I think that's the
I
key,
think
right?
that's what breaks, unlocks that next level is the
Yeah.
willingness to do it. Maybe the
yeah.
newsletter had nothing to do with her going and calling the clients, right? But her willingness to have having sent those 5, put her in that energy of, okay, I unlocked something new. Now I'm operating from a new space,
Mhm.
and and it's sometimes, and I this might help some people too on the line. I've even had it where I've been guided to maybe buy a program or grab a book, and um, I'm like, okay, spirit, whatever it is you need for me to do, so I'll get it. And I may go through 1 or 2 of the modules. Now, I don't suggest this for everybody. I really do believe that you should go through the work if you can. And then sometimes there'll be a couple of chapters within a book that it answers a question that I've had on my heart, and just the act of me doing that, even if I wasn't really diving into the information, also set me at a new place of saying yes to myself and to my guides, and to even making the little investment that it is. So no place was that ever wasted, and I just
Yeah.
wanted people to see that too.
Hmm.
That's actually really important to understand because I think in this day, oh my God, I didn't get that done and I got to get this done. It's like, no, you got what you needed and you had the awareness to
Exactly.
know right at that moment, okay, I got the coding. Like I feel it. I got that coding that I needed. I can pause. Maybe I'll come back. But right now, maybe you're integrating or the codings, the code. What I know you got codes from that. That's why I'm saying the word. and now I'm just letting it settle in my being. And that's important. That's a really great point. And I'll let you tell you that when my clients come to me, when there's a re-listening protocol, I actually if they want to see me regularly, it's like they need to re-listen this 1 month later or even 6 weeks later. Like, so yeah, this work
But
takes time. Yeah,
well, this is gonna kind of go in a different way,
please.
possibly, but let's go. When we last talked, you were working with a client on her scoliosis. And that is something that in this reality, people just have concluded that that's unchangeable. When
Mhm.
you go into working and doing that actual work, is that literally you surrendering and allowing and saying, consciousness universe, what's required of me here? Like what do you call how do you call in the requests to work on them multidimensionally? Because I know you've got stories that are all over the place as far as healing. And I think I would really, I think it would help the audience if they could hear some of these like really profound stories.
She's a very special client. But if you remember at the beginning, I said that I also work with a structural identity and nervous system regulation. So it's
Okay.
not just about me. What I'm working is carbon to light and
Uh-huh.
working on the light body. And then when it turns to light, it's more malleable. And
Uh-huh.
it has shifted 23%. But this is where the coaching comes in per se, because this is how powerful our consciousness is. She has to believe that
Mm-hmm.
it can shift. Now,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot more going on than the scoliosis. The one side of her chest is also concave, but Divine over and over again says we're only working on one thing at a time, heal the spine. Now, I work with an activation, and the activation almost starts to activate inside her pineal gland, and she can activate it anytime. So we're helping her, even when we're not around, to continue to maintain the state of mind, which is I can heal. So we
Yes.
are working. This is a person that's kind of depleted by life because she's older
Yes.
and living. There's a lot going on, like even the right foot. Like it's so it's not, we're working on the spine, but we're also working on her consciousness to shift. And when they connect, in fact,
Yeah.
I'll be completely honest with you, is that in that divine blueprint, I already saw the perfect spine.
Yes.
And I'm so sorry if that doesn't always make sense. I
No,
wish
well, I mean, I love that you said I work with the carbon body and something about the light and that it's almost like then it
Malleable
becomes
in the
like
light.
malleable.
That makes
Uh-huh.
sense to us.
yes,
Yes, I haven't
everything
really
is
heard it
malleable.
explained that way, but that
That
makes
makes
so
sense.
much sense.
Like time is malleable.
Uh-huh.
That makes sense.
Anything that's rigid is, I really don't like this word, I'm supposed to
Yeah,
say it, is matrix, program, it's
sure.
3D, everything that's
Uh-huh.
rigid, because everything is you
Wow.
can, like
That makes
I've moved
sense.
time, I've
I believe
collapsed
it.
things in the
Yeah.
moment because like I sternly said, I need this now. But it was for the
Yep.
highest good. Like it wasn't like, a diamond ring or anything. Uh, so
But that would have been fun too.
that's right. Yeah, it would have been really fun. So so it's really important that I work with their consciousness, their identity restructuring, their nervous system stabilization. With her, it's also releasing some of the fascial and also the psoas. So we're working in depthly with even the deeper muscles, but the frequency comes through the divine. The divine is literally, so the divine is doing everything. I'm just telling the client what is happening.
Ah,
Hmm.
So
I
right now we're
see.
starting the carbon to
Right.
light
So that's kind
frequency.
of like Dr. T's work. It's like, okay, well, hold on. And then he does his little magic. And I think you're very similar
Okay, I have to listen
kind
to
of
his
working.
interview.
Yeah, it's I'm sure it's a different, but yeah, it's sort of like he just asks upon and things change and it's
Mhm.
freaking wild. Well,
So
can
this,
go
yeah,
ahead.
please.
Go, I mean, you go. I
Uh, so this is taking time because it's lifelong. But I
mm-hmm.
had another client Oh my gosh, she was so happy. You can use my video, you can use anything, use my sessions to show how you work, blah, blah, blah. So she's in Netherlands and she didn't even tell me all her symptoms, to be honest. She's known of me for a while and I really loved her energy when I worked with her several years ago. And she reconnected 6 months ago and she bought 3 session package. That's the other thing that I recommend is 3 sessions, depending on
Mhm.
what people are working on. And after the first session, her digestion, my God, Ella, my digestive system is like better. It's like that wasn't even your intention. I didn't even know you
Oh,
had
nice.
digestive issues.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
knew that, yeah,
It makes total sense.
I knew that she had issues with fatigue and it was hard for her to walk. And her husband said, "Oh my God, you're walking longer." It's like, "Oh my God." And then so this is where it's important to understand where people get so hung up on the intention because I do activate it in your pineal gland. You have it for life. And when you activate it, it's really is running, which I'm going to activate for you as well so you can all experience
Yay.
it.
Thank
Um,
you.
you're very welcome. And
I
see,
won't.
for her, I can't remember. Oh, this is why I always like the intention of, my body is in harmony balance or heal my body. Then it just goes to town. But then at the end of the testimonial, she goes, "Ella, can I say this in the testimonial? But I even got my libido back."
Hey,
I was
that's
like,
a
Well,
"You
big deal.
can definitely
yeah,
say
that's life
this."
force.
That is life force. I'm glad you said
Yeah.
that, Jeneth.
And
Oh,
after that, she got another 3 sessions because she has this Airbnb business, but she's had to put everything on pause. But now her next 3 sessions is about bringing in abundance, bringing in the
oh, I
flow,
love
really
that.
getting
I
back into
love it.
inspiration. So
Mm.
this is like, think of it as the next
Yeah.
phase of her life per
Yes.
se.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so that
fun.
was so fun. And yeah, so I I show up in complete surrender. And even the things that come through, I'm no longer, because I am a channel, but divine has even shifted that for me. Because often, and they were right, like, often when we channel, we can't channel ego to ego. We can kind of entertain the ego. You were a witch, and then you were burned, and then
Mm,
and it's a whole thing. Now divine says no. Oops. You just clear the program. What was the program? Okay.
got it.
The program really was fear of our own power. Okay.
Hmm.
Boom, clear that.
Yeah.
Uh, so now there's no more storytelling and there's no channeling I'm also a channel, but just shifted. It also always does filter through your system, through your
Hmm.
ego. Um, so that has definitely shifted because I am a natural channel, but now I talk much less and people get better much faster. And
Yeah.
that is my ultimate mission. I'm not here to entertain anybody. I'm here to fulfill my mission, which
Yeah.
is to help people live the most, like the reason why they're here. Nobody brought here to suffer. They're here to learn and,
Hmm.
have the lessons, but not to endure and continue the path. And
Hmm.
that's what brings me sadness is when people do stay in that place and don't seek. There's
Yeah.
always
And
options,
when,
right? There's
yeah.
always help.
So earlier in the week, we worked on, I was saying with Alyssa, it wasn't scarcity, it's not lack. And the word that she really got to was it's like a not enough.
Yeah. Like not
Yeah,
enoughness.
not enough.
100%.
And
Not feeling worthy. Yeah.
yeah, and I thought that that was really accurate for a big part of the group, that that is one of the primal codes that run through us. So,
Right.
can we make a request that as we activate the pineal gland and do this work on abundance, we can also clear that core root of not enoughness?
Yeah. I mean, how can you get into the frequency of abundance if you don't feel enough, right?
I
Yeah.
felt like that was a piece of it for sure, right?
Very true.
Yeah.
And this is where, we can say the programs of our childhood or some cause and effect from your karmic body. But I have to say that even going the causal body has really shifted to a place that I'm still in awe. So now we're no longer just clearing things from the causal body, which is kind of new to me. I'm always used to clearing. Now, Now we're also bringing people into resonance to a part of them in another lifetimes to bring in light and empowerment. So that has also shifted. Um, yeah, there's so much to say about this. So
Because
not enough.
Ellie, can just be for the sake of time,
I
can we,
know.
yeah, we
Just
just
want to
want
be
to
careful.
make
Yeah.
sure we go into the
Let's do
activation
it.
transmission. Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
All right, let's do it. Everybody just go ahead and sit or lay down. I do invite you to close your eyes. And I'm going to purify and activate the intention of aligning you to the frequency of abundance. We're just going to make it short, frequency of abundance. So go ahead. I'm purifying and activating. Just give me one moment. Beautiful. The intention is in purity. And now we do the clearing. And yeah, let's clear that. There automatically, just so you know, I may be speaking, but there's other things going on. So we're clearing on the physical, mental, and emotional, where you're carrying the densities and the distortions. But yeah, let's go straight into the not enoughness. That may take time, and also the unworthiness and not feeling worthy of receiving. So let's just go into that. So we're purifying not enoughness, purifying unworthiness, purifying stuckness, purifying it's not possible for me, purifying any cap that's kept there because you're, well, that's a whole other thing, actually. You've capped it to your family or your friends, and that's also the wanting love, right? And abandonment and not belonging. So let's just purify all of that. You're going to have your own experience through this, because as I'm purifying this, you may be feeling in different parts of your bodies where it's the densities or distortions are held. And you're probably feeling a little pressure and pressure in your head. I'm also purifying despair and force. Close your eyes, move into your body. Lack. Ugh. Lack is not just for money. Lack is in any way. Lack, like I'm same as like I'm less than, right? So I'm lacking, life is lacking, all of that. Some dark causal body elements are leaving, and as well as ancestral coding. While we're here, though, I'm going to multitask. Divine says it's fine. I'm also going to purify your receiving hand, which is your left hand. So then when I activate, I could do both activations together. And it's going to purify your receiving hand. There's blockages there. There's I'm not worthy there. Oh, not me. What's that word? Almost being fear. Yeah, so there's a fear. Sorry, this is amped up today. So if you're vibrating, just know that you're safe, and this is all for a really great cause. Okay. Purifying needing to know. So if you're seeing gemstone energy, it's coming through. I just allow it. So it looks like crystal and violet and purple. Beautiful already. I'm going to start both activations kind of. Let me just start first the full abundance activation, or aligning you to the frequency of abundance. Start the abundance activation for everybody now. And then bring in codes of worthiness. Bring in the divine love. That's an activation as well, by the way. Not so. Then let's just sit with that. Some of your armors are being released, so there's more releasing happening. And what they're saying that the armor is being dissolved for some of you. This is even people that are not live. The divine knows who's going to be watching this. We don't need a list, a list of people. And they're saying I can start the activation of everybody's receiving hand, your left hand. Start now. I'm going to be quiet for a few moments. Just breathe. While the activations are going, we're bringing in codes of harmony, codes of flow, codes of desire. They're saying that it's okay for you to desire. Maybe some of you have stopped even that. Maybe you've settled for where you're at and that's it. So codes of desire, they're saying. And now we're going to stabilize your nervous system with everything we just did. That can take a bit of time. So while that's being done, I'm actually going to create your new divine blueprint. So start creating everybody's new divine blueprint. This is also where the recoding of your DNA happens. It's the same. Think of it as a frequency pattern. The frequency of where we're elevating to you into. And the DNA recoding. You're basically moving into a higher operating system per se. And I would come back to this when you feel called. Seal the field. The changes are safe to integrate. You are ascending into the new divine blueprint. This is like a mini session. So I've asked Divine, can we pick up our step? And now let's move this frequency pattern through everybody's neural pathways to give the consciousness this memory, this connection, so that it can understand, connect to this new frequency. Here we go. Move the frequency pattern through everybody's organs. All their systems, including the 14 chakra systems, start now. And also everybody's energy field. That's still going to be happening, but go to your pineal gland. I'm going to activate the intention frequency of abundance. And as I activate it, I want you to start to go envision what you'd be experiencing. For me, it's freedom. For me, it's travel with that. Independence. So what is it? What is your experience of the frequency of abundance? And as you go to sleep, as you wake up, as many times a day, you can go to your pineal gland, say frequency of abundance, but please say activate. I did somebody say, until I say activate, nothing, then boom. So here we go. Activating the frequency of abundance in everybody's pineal gland. And my tongue is just helping to purify you and activate you. So just 1 second. Marasaki marakostiki anaki marakataki isaki marakaki ki marakataki marakostiki marakataki maraki maraki ostiki malaka marakatiki maraki stostiki laki ki marakatiki maraki ostiki marakatiki maraki stokotsiki kostiki maraki tiki marakatiki marakostiki malakatiki. You are love. When you surrender to the love, when you surrender to all that you are, everything unfolds like the golden carpet, like the golden carpet. Dare to dream, dare to strive, be inspired. All, all is accessible to you. All is your divine right. If it feels comfortable to open your eyes, but sometimes people pass out, and if that's the case, that's just when the frequency is not, if a consciousness doesn't understand the frequency because it's high, then that's when people fall asleep.
I'd love to hear your comments on the chat. I got so much from that. If you're losing consciousness.
Ah, thanks,
Please
Beth.
come back and be present.
Are you seeing comments?
I was
Hug
trying to wake
lady.
up.
Hugs,
Ah,
hug lady.
okay.
Wow, left head throbbing,
Yeah, mine did.
nauseous and dizzy.
I had that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I kind of did the fast version.
That was
Like, so
great
maybe
Oh,
though.
that's
it
why
was beautiful.
you may feel nauseous for a bit. Just know you're safe and just drink water and rest. Yeah, just go lay on grass or hug a tree. That always helps.
222 here Central Time right now.
Oh my gosh.
Not awesome. It's like I feel like I'm in a warm hug, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was writing some notes on my phone, and one of them was when you said something about, uh, I don't know if you said recoding or reactivating the divine blueprint, something like that. And it was like all of a sudden I got this visual of this like blueprint that was like, okay, now that you've had that code changed, I'm going to integrate it all through the rendered field.
Hey.
And I was like, daggone, that's exactly what's going
Yeah.
on.
Star
Wow,
Travel
it's
News says you're welcome. No, thank you so much. It's beautiful. Crystal says amazing. Lorraine says such a beautiful activation. Thank you so much with little prayers and a
You're
heart.
very welcome.
yeah,
Somebody said they have to nap. I'd say like
yeah.
a quarter of my clients often say like, I just need to rest after our sessions because just so you know, it's not done. Just FYI.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
feel done, right?
Please.
Because I still
Mhm,
kind of have
mhm,
that like little nose going on, that little bit of nausea kind of feeling.
mhm.
Hot tingle hands, both
Mm.
purple
So it's,
blobs floating in my mind. I saw purple as well. I think lava lamp and seen a
ah,
face. I did see, I
lava
heard someone
lamps.
say
Yeah.
something. I heard, hey. I was like, oh, hello.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool that you saw that. Yeah.
Oh, the
Somebody has their
purple,
hand up. Does
the
that
per
mean we're taking hands or no?
oh, I don't know. They've been
I don't think we have
raising
time.
their hands no matter what all day long.
Oh, sorry, Deborah. Sorry.
She's like, but if she is.
I know we're so close
No,
to time.
I think this was good because it was very different than the
It's
previous.
beautiful.
I
It's
mean,
so
my
beautiful.
goodness, it's you know, it's yeah,
I can
I don't
feel that
have
it
words.
changes things.
It very clearly changes.
You don't even need words. That's
I
why.
know. It's almost
That's what you
better
were saying
without the
to us.
words.
Yes.
You're like,
Oh, Oh, Deborah,
I
thanks for
mean, yeah, even words can distort. So that's
yeah.
why we can even.
She says it was an error hand raise.
Oh, that was an error hand raise.
Oh, love.
Okay, Deborah. Yeah. Your brother's like high five.
Your light language has a bunch of in yours. Mine has a lot of naka, right?
And
And
what
I
does
know
mine have?
it
That's
sounded like it has more like a
okay. Yeah.
key sound or something. I find it interesting as I listen to other people's light language because I'm waiting to hear one that is my language in a way, sort of like disclosure.
I don't know if you will,
I
because
don't think so
Because
either.
it's
even
not
if it's
supposed
from
to
the
be
same,
Yes.
uh, mine is actually not galactic. It's more, uh,
angelic.
no.
Hmm.
I mean,
What were you gonna
maybe,
say?
but I only know one part of it, and then the rest they're saying it will just distort to know. But the Great White Brotherhood is
Hmm.
part of, and I don't even know. That's the thing. I just, yeah. Um,
Defining it
even,
is
yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's better that it's not defined. I
correct.
That's why I won't tell you the name of
That's
the
exactly, that is
the
exactly it.
Arcturian. That's why I'm not saying the name of the Arcturian that guides me, who is me in another dimension, because I would also distort
really
Yeah.
because she
because
sometimes puts things around people and things like that.
yeah,
But even two people that say Arcturians and they speak Arcturian light language, they would still be different. They still have your
Absolutely.
nuance.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so
But yeah,
just really just surrender to yours.
Yes.
yeah, I know. I
It's the most beautiful that you can have because it is the most truest form for you.
uh-huh.
It has the activation and the codes
Yeah,
for you.
it took me a
Yeah.
long, like
Yeah.
I would mute and do the light like
Oh,
took me
how
a
Yeah.
while
funny.
to let it be because it does sound,
Well,
different.
I've been wanting to hide it,
Mine
so
came in when I was so young, and it was after a couple glasses of wine. And then I was like, I went over to my friend, I was like, whoa, what is this? And she was like, it's gotta be the wine. And I'm like, it's gotta be the wine. But I would play with the energies of it after that experience. And I mean, there was nobody that I even knew that was even doing that at all. I didn't know words for what that was for a
No,
long, long
exactly.
time.
Now it's a little bit more common. I didn't talk with my package, the six.
yeah, let's go ahead and bring that up right now.
Um, so it's
I
the
had
six.
forgotten that.
Yeah, just a second though. Let me bring it
And it also
to
includes,
screen.
you can also add on a session. You can also add on a 30-minute. Oh, look at you
Fabulous. There you
guys. So
go.
organized.
We're
So
nifty.
the 6 tiers to unlock an overflow of money and abundance. And this is very integrative, 6 parts. The first part is karma and money. So you can only imagine that it's a deep clearing of any cause and effect. But along with the clearing, there is a divine forgiveness of anything that's causing you to be experiencing lack or whatnot. So it's using, I say, money light codes, their sacred geometry, even galactic frequencies, in each of the parts. The second part is family and money, and that is huge. A lot of our programming, and this is where also the first chakra clearing is, deeply rooted programs from your childhood. And when we say your childhood, we're also saying ancestral, right? Because
Mm.
generational trauma of
Yes.
lack of oppression, you mean it, you name it, and you mean
Yeah.
it. The third part is 3D consciousness and money. So this is really clear in that astral cloud of the emotional suffering and fears and lack about money and how, I hear it all the time, people and their fears, what they hear in the news. So we're just literally clearing all of these beliefs and programs, lack consciousness, poverty consciousness, and clear all the mental obstructions that are keeping you, not in the overflow of money. And then always at the end of each one, there's something called the I say money light codes, which is actually from the Syrians, and also frequencies to also amplify and activate the prosperity consciousness. Part
Wow.
4 is money wealth DNA. So that is, just to keep it brief, is really recoding your DNA. And so not only Are we also still recoding from your ancestral and the coding that you were born with? But also we are, I mean, that really is what a superhuman or the new human is, right? Is with the new coding of the DNA moving up towards the 12th strand or working towards that higher operating system where anything is possible. You're in the flow. There's no fear. You're in 5D, really. Let's just say it for what it is. And then the fifth one is just a fun is galactic money. So working with dragons. Do you know that there's actually earth dragons and the basic chakra is actually your wealth chakra because really wealth and money is on the earth plane, even though we are connecting to, the universal bank of abundance and all the things up here. There's also, we need to also stabilize to create and manifest in 3D. And the last one is really money upgrade, activation. I also shift your energetic money thermostat. I activate money magnet in you. Yes, you.
Yay.
There's so much, but I just want to brief. And then you can add on a session. The session, I mean, technically it could be for anything, but since we're here, it can also focus on something to do with really personally, what are you striving for? Where are your challenges? I had somebody come to me once and she was really scared to ask for a raise. She came to me, we activated, she was given the raise without even having to ask. So like, it's also just whatever financial money, wealth, but I guess technically I will allow anything.
Yeah. So people can decide to choose the course by itself, or they can do the course and get an upgrade and a session with you, which I'm sure really builds on the information that they are learning there too. So thank you for this beautiful opportunity to have people work with you further. It's
This is
clear
really
that
a
you,
deep dive.
yes, yes,
I love working one-on-one, so I
yeah, I can feel
always
that.
Yeah.
I always add it on. I try
Oh,
whenever.
I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
We are getting a little bit closer to time, and we've had an amazing time here with you. Beautiful being that you are.
Gosh,
Thank
my
you.
goodness.
It
Um,
was just so
That and
fun.
your generosity, yeah, and
and
thank
doing
you.
that, a beautiful
Yes.
activation for
That
us.
I feel like that started the change for everyone.
And what a great way to end this
It
And yeah,
amazing
and I
summit.
didn't
Thank
know it was the
you.
last one. I knew it was the
Like that's
last
you are
day.
like the headliner right now. Thank you.
well, and we'll be back next week, next
Yes,
Tuesday.
Ah,
yes.
So you're not the
okay.
So
last
everybody
technically
keep
Oh,
coming back. We're gonna be, well, you're the last of this
this
so the
week.
topic.
5 days
Yes,
of
Of
the
the
five
whisper
days.
of to
But we
oneness.
keep the
Yeah.
party going next Tuesday.
Yep.
Yes, yes. Hot hustles going strong.
That's right.
We're hot in our hustle.
I want to give you a couple opportunity to say a couple words, parting words for us.
Hmm.
Of course. First, just thank you to both of you for this opportunity to share. And I mean, this is what Divine wants. Divine wants just to reach as many people. That is the mission. That's how we're going to shift each person and slowly the world, you know. And
Yes.
then
Yes.
second is just thank you for such a receptive audience. I felt the energy even before I came on, but when I came on, it was like a blast. It's like, okay, don't cry. Because
Oh,
yeah, it was just so warm. So thank you, everybody. As I said, everything's a little bit more emotional right now as I'm moving through my shifts as well. And just so you know, we're all moving through shifts, no matter, I don't like the word levels, wherever you're at, everybody's moving through the shifts.
yes,
So
we are.
really be, especially these next couple of days, really notice your awareness, your thoughts, and just know that anything is possible. Divine has told me this. Make the impossible possible. Yes.
Hmm.
And not just for me, for everybody.
Yes.
And everybody that can't, perceive or tell you that it's going to be possible, can you stop listening to those people?
Would you destroy and uncreate that too?
Uh, absolutely.
And take a breath.
It's like we keep telling each other you can't, or it's gonna be hard, or it's been,
Yeah,
yeah,
you don't have to receive that from those people out there.
no, we're done. We're,
So Yeah, this
It's a
new
new
fall.
time.
Thou shall be done.
Let's bring it. Now you're activated. Now what are you
I
gonna do with
know.
it?
Yes.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
couple words from the chat. Thank you for wonderful energy and activation and meditation. My whole body is still vibrating, tingling, twisting, pulsating, and very strong for me, with a lot of love and prayers.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. And maybe I'll see everybody again soon.
Yes. Well, we will have you around
Of course.
as on our little talk show. When people ask what your copper bracelet was,
Oh gosh, everybody wanted to know about your hand
yeah.
too.
Yeah, my friend makes this, and copper has crystalline energy, and so she
Mm-hmm.
puts it on her what's that machine? And so she puts
Uh-huh.
frequency into it.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
when you twist it, I don't know if you can tell, it's twisted, it even amplifies it more. And
Oh,
then this
neat.
is your heart meridian 8 points. If you ever feel like, life feels a little, just press into the middle of your palm. So she makes different things, like my water is actually in this 963, her
Hmm.
copper, and you
Oh,
can leave the
pretty.
water in there overnight. So she's in Canada, and just send me an email and
Yeah.
I'll connect you to her. She's a good dear friend of mine as well,
Oh,
Oh,
lovely.
fabulous.
and just very powerful.
Neat. Well,
Thank you for
thank
sharing
you.
that.
That's fabulous. Thanks for letting us know. All right. All right, you
We'll let
guys.
you go.
Okay, bye
Bye.
everybody.
Thank you.
Just a couple quick announcements, plus we got to do the drawing.
Yes, drawing time. Let's do that first.
Yay! Hold on, did you get your comments in? You can go do it real fast.
Sticky notes.
Or you can just tell us you did at team@howhustle.com and then go do your comment. All right, let me look on the thing and see if we've got anybody else. All right. Don't forget. Okay, you ready?
Yep. Okay.
Let me see. All right, this one is Tonda.
Tanda.
Tonda!
She manifested that.
She did. She really did. Oh,
She
good.
like played like 3 times.
All right, you
Got
ready to do
3
the shake
votes
and
in
you do?
here. No, you
Okay,
do
okay,
it.
okay.
I don't want to.
La 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 la. Let me see. Okay. This one is Neil.
Neil. Okay.
Neil.
We'll have to connect you with your last name on our Gmail.
And we're going to give a bonus one for the most active.
Yes.
The most active, and I'll tell you who it was. It was
Tracy.
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 Yay!
So Tracy, you can get a session from
Yeah.
both of us if you want. So
Very cool. Thank y'all so much for this amazing opportunity to be with y'all. You are the best part of How Hustle. Your energy, the ability to come here and be with other folks and to engage, it always amazes me. But the ability to also just step into a new version of you, it really is what makes this beautiful community what it is. Thank you. Thank you.
yes. Thank you for showing up live. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your ability to receive this weirdness. Truly, truly are grateful for you all.
And don't forget, we are not done. We continue this summit party over on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific. If you can't join us live, just join us via our newsletter. It's at howhustle.com/, what is how to unlock. Unlock. So you can get it there.
Summit. Yeah, you're right.
You can get it from Summit too, and it still would allow you to get all of the replays. We're still opening them up for another 7 days, so listen the whole time and continue to comment with us because we're going to be listening with everybody else, listening to replays, talking about it all weekend long as well, and through next week. And so you can do that on our community page at community.howhustle.com or just on the live page, click on community. Finally, if you wanted to upgrade to VIP, you can also find the VIP button there and you get all of the seasons from before, plus any seasons that we're going to do in advance in the future, plus this one as well.
Yeah.
Uh,
One more thing before
ahead.
you guys leave. Can you all just come together in a really present moment?
Yes, thank you.
I would like you to really just give a hug for your fellow star seeds, your fellow luminaries, and just thank them for the whispers, the awakenings, the energies, the the energy space and consciousness that you all be. I just want you to send an acknowledgement. And if they need something or we're asking for something and you could help, would you be willing to send them a little energetic support for whatever their request is?
Thank you, Jenna.
Yeah.
And then also give a little love to yourself.
Yes.
Thank yourself for being willing to come here and to playing full out and to listening and being willing to come again and play and just experience again.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you all.
We will send out a recap newsletter tomorrow on various announcements. If you're looking for anything, always feel free, like you can respond to our newsletters.
And with
That's it.
that, we're out hustle
Reminding you to take a little time
to
to
enjoy
enjoy
the
the woo.
woo. Have a good one.
Have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.